crossing regular studies.
Right.
And then they dominate the conversation, you feel me? Yeah.
Yo, he'd say that shit, you be like, do you know what the fuck you talking about?
I gotta look this shit up real quick. And then they'd be like, see, you don't even know about that. You don't.
Yo, I'm so used to that shit. Them niggas get me with that shit, man. I just gave up. Ask you a question, yo, you be like, what the fuck do they got to do with the conversation? Right. You lost, you be like, what? That's why a nigga ran to the motherfucking herbs and getting it from plants. Nigga, we know medicine a lot of medicine come from plants. That's some shit you must have studied.
Look, the Harper was killing them so bad, he broke down their whole business model today. So like y'all going online, buying this shit in bulk, right?
Yeah.
Then y'all putting y'all labels on that shit. You know what I mean? Y'all don't know where this shit coming from. You know what I mean? Y'all relabeling the shit. You know what I mean? Y'all not growing this shit yourself. Y'all going online buying this shit on bulk, putting y'all own labels on it. You feel me? Yeah. Repackaging the shit.
Get it from New York and Chinatown, yo.
Yeah, yo, man, look, man, he went in on them niggas, man.
Yo, yeah, he did right. That's what he's supposed to do, yo.
He like in our court, he said he got a video where Ali Muhammad and Inky is arguing over who had the best CMOS.
Yeah.
He was like, yo, y'all both buying that shit offline in bulk, repackaging it, putting Dr. Sabi name on that shit, saying Dr. Sabi approved. Man, he broke them, man. Look.
Sabi approved. That's even worse.
Right. That's what he's supposed to do, yo.
Oh, man.
He like in our court, he
said. Yeah, I see how they play it. So like, yeah, I peeped the game on the little maneuver. You know what I'm saying? Like I told off before, I said, man, I thought that Inky was a little bit slicker. You know what I'm saying? But it's like the more you know, it's like the more simpleton they get. It's like, God damn.
Yeah, it's over with, man. We can't even listen to that shit anymore, man. I could barely. I think Chef said it right, man. The way you defeat them is not even have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want you to, you know what I mean? It gets so crazy. Like, how do we go from what is it that can cause an immune response? What vitamin, what mineral, what food source, what herb can cause an immune response to motherfucking, you get drugs from plants. Well, how did it get there?
Yeah.
Right.
You need a moderator. You would have to have a structured conversation with a moderator that understands what y'all talking about. So he can be like, so, bro. The question he asked was that can keep everybody foot to the fire. This is what he asked, bro. You didn't answer that. You didn't deal with that. See what I'm saying? That's what you need.
And then he tripled back and agreed that he didn't answer my question. So we just fought for an hour, yo, and now you admit you didn't answer my question, and that's another tactic or something.
Yeah, they always do that.
I didn't answer the question thoroughly. Wait, you didn't answer the question.
Hey, you should have seen what the Hawk was like. Is kombucha good for you? He was like, you know, back in early in the World War, I think it was World War I or World War II. It's like, what the? You know what I'm saying? He went all the way back. Yeah, he told a whole story that had nothing to do with answering the question the Hawker asked him. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And then he ended up talking about the kombucha plant. And he was like, bro, it's not a plant. You know what I'm saying? And that shit went sideways after that shit, bro. But it's like they always do it. You ask a question. That's why I always tell people, look, answer my question first, then expound. Don't start off with the story first. Answer my question directly, and then you can elaborate on whatever you want to after you answer my question.
Then elaborate on your answer, right?
Yeah.
Is that something like the humans like to do, though? You ever find yourself want to kind of explain it before you answer it?
I try not to. I try to answer it first and then answer. It depends. You know what I'm saying? If the answer is a little bit suspect, then I might give a pretext before I answer. Because like, okay, listen, When I say this, it means, it's coming from this. And then, you know what I'm saying? I'll give a context like that. If the answer is something that's going to come across suspicious in a way, you're like, yo, that's a weird answer. You know what I'm saying? Then you might want to give a little context before you get it.
Answer it, then give it context, though.
Yeah. But, if it's something basic like, name an herb to give an immune response, you should go straight to it. CMOS. We know that CMOS do it because you see what I'm saying? That's not something you need to elaborate on first. That's straight to the point, and then you can tell me how that plant does it. And then we can debate on if that's true, if that plant does it. You understand? Yeah.
It's a I've been going through this shit for years with these idiots, yo. My whole point, yo, I've been dealing with these idiots on that shit. And Tahaka finally got that shit. Boy, he was like, man, he finally got it. Yo, that's what I've been going through. I say, yo, imagine being surrounded by everybody like that. And nobody answers questions. And nobody has his sources. Imagine that. Then motherfuckers get mad when I'm cussing niggas out. Go figure, dog. Yo, everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, find me one who don't do that. On Solid platform, who not pseudo? Who would you consider not to be pseudo?
I go.
Not nobody. Reggie.
I go Jabari. I said Jabari ain't pseudo. I'll take Jabari.
Nah, he go with the Egyptian mania, yo.
But he still brings sources, though.
That's not. you could be
wrong. Whether you agree with his overall conclusion or his philosophy or his worldview, more than likely, he do try to cite what he says with sources.
Yeah.
So.
Nah, he's just a sophisticate. Nope, I'm not buying it. He does a good job.
What did he say that was pseudo?
What did he say that's pseudo?
The Olmecs ain't African.
Who said
you still think the Olmecs are African?
Yeah, he got it in his book.
Does he still think that?
His mind yet?
Does he still think that?
Nah, he ain't changed his mind yet.
But still, he sourced it up. So, you know what I mean? Look, whatever y'all say, whatever you say.
No, he ain't that. He ain't Ali and none of them. I ain't gonna put it.
Right. Whatever y'all say, Van Sertima is a accredited motherfucking anthropologist. So
he lost his way.
Yeah, but he's a credible anthropologist. So you're still citing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he cited up. We sourced up.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't put him in the, he could be wrong. I wouldn't put him in the category with that.
Yeah, I won't put him in pseudo.
Because he debate them.
Yeah.
Like he go against polite 5G and all that old crazy shit. Like he'll be the one banging on that shit. Like that's nonsense. So I give him credit. I'm trying to think of somebody else. It's gotta be somebody else.
Egyptian religion shit. He just fuck it up though. That's my point. And not to even bring him in because he's not even in the same vein as none of them. I ain't gonna do him like that.
Yeah, that's worldview. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's worldview.
He just made me mad at some shit I appreciate. There was some bullshit. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like still in the damn debate, like he did that, and then he act like he didn't do that. Nigga, you know we was doing that shit. He put more than 2 things in the right way. He just ain't do it right.
I gotta get past that shit.
I can always say it. I mean, we talked about it, so I'm past it. But that don't mean I'm never just not gonna say it.
It still hurts, bro. You still like, man, that shit, motherfucker.
If he'd have won, then I wouldn't have been mad. But he went and got beat up.
You don't think he won? They got conflicting views on. Some people say he won. Some people, it's subjective.
Yo, imagine me debating Ban Jr. on some shit like that. Come on, dog. Ban Jr., if you don't knock it off, I'm not even gonna study. I'm gonna march in there, yo, and I'm gonna put my argument together. I don't even gotta study that argument. What are you talking about? Jesus Christ, what? Where's the earliest literature you find Jesus Christ in? Well, the nigga ain't no older than that. Can't be no older than the literature you find a person in. So we got African literature older than that. So why is he the God?
That wasn't the argument, though.
The argument was that it was the African religion. Am I correct in that? Just because you in North Africa, right? The thing starts in Palestine and Judea. It don't start in North Africa.
What was the name of the debate? Is it an African religion or does it get its concept from African religion?
It don't start in Africa, yo. Like, it's common sense, nigga. Jesus was born where, yo? In Nazareth. Nazareth is not goddamn Africa. So that's the end of the conversation, nigga.
Nah, he's talking about his concepts.
Oh, nigga was born in Nazareth. He's
like that Garfield, like the Garfield type debate. It's motif, like rising and dying messiahs type shit. Like,
no, the story tell me, I believe the story.
What?
The story said the nigga was born in Palestine.
No, you missing what he's saying.
I ain't missing it. That's that white people confuse you shit. Where they try to act like you ain't reading what you're reading. At no point do this shit say it's in North Africa. None of the places they name is North African places. Come on, dog. Like, you ain't gonna get me with that. Either I'm gonna read the Bible and believe what it's saying, or I'm gonna listen to you try to tell me that Palestine and Judea is Africa. Come on, yo. Like,
no. He's saying that were the concepts that went into Christianity, did they originate in Africa? That's what the
they originate because nothing is created in a vacuum. When you create stories and ideas, it's not in a vacuum, right? And so you got Egyptian aspects of it, right? As you can see, they borrowed. You got Zoroastrianism, Persian shit. You got everybody they came in contact with. So I'm gonna definitely look to the area that they in first before I look to Africa. The mistake was to look to Africa based off we tried to say that the Africans did every single thing. That was always our mistake. And you know that shit, we fucked that one up. Yeah.
But see, you wouldn't just look in where they were first. You would look and see the places they come in contact with, who they're trading with, if that region had some type of dominance in that region, if other societies conquered that region and took literature, you know what I'm saying? Was one region illiterate and the other region literate? Like, all those factors would play into information being disseminated in other areas or borrowing, so to speak. You know what I mean?
It's a Jewish story though, yo. And the Jews don't accept it.
Yeah, now.
It's their place of birth. So you ain't gonna tell no, remember I was born and raised not born, but I was raised up at the age of 12, about 11 in a Jewish neighborhood. And no rabbi or Rabboni that I ever talked to was talking that North African shit.
Maybe they ain't know.
Yeah, they wouldn't know. They wouldn't know.
Maybe they didn't know. Some of the oldest Jewish communities are in Africa.
Yeah,
so,
but
I mean,
yes, but
right
to Africa though.
Huh?
The old Jewish communities don't chase their shit to Africa. They say they're not even from there. They say they from over there, right?
Yeah, but if before half of the stories were created, you had Garfield then showed that it was Jewish communities on the island of Elephantine.
Yeah.
And shit like that before half of the stories was even written down. Like
no. The Elephantine Jews already had their doctrine in place when they moved down there. That's Elephantine. That's in Egypt, yo. They moved.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So yeah. No. Garfield actually showed that they didn't even know about the Passover. Because
yes, hold on. See, now you just mixed up two things.
No, I didn't. I said that all of that shit wasn't codified. You know what I mean? So they were still developing in Africa. You dig what I'm saying? It wasn't even.
But the people in Elephantine knew they was from Judea, though, yo. That's the point I was making.
Yeah, but even the people in Judea or Canaan or whatever you want to call it at that time, I don't even know if you can call it Canaan because I think that's biblical.
Well, yeah, that shit predates. The Jews are really the fucking Canaanites.
Right. But Canaanite is biblical.
The god El is a Canaanite deity. I can show you. And he has Egyptian motifs. He got the crown.
That's the point. That's the point.
You just dag it.
You dagged yourself.
No, I said it. I said that there's different aspect, right? I said, but that's not directly to Judea. It goes through by way of Canaan. So you know what I'm saying? So the Canaanites.
Well, the Jews were Canaanites, though.
No, listen.
Yeah, it is no way around it.
This is what I'm saying. This is how this rock. So we from Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
we get brought over to another area, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're no longer Ghanaians. We're now African Americans. Our culture is formed in America, right? So with their, maybe that's not even a good example. With their, they broke away, right? For being, they no longer wanted to be that, right? So they put certain treaties in place, certain customs, certain traditions that separated themselves from that, and they call themselves another tribe. So it's like a breakaway. They broke away from the major tribe. So they
From
don't,
the other Canaanites.
yeah, yeah. So
Yeah,
they
even though they broke away, they still would have stories and concepts that they take with them from being in that region. Like, because you know that we can agree, we know that their religion is a hodgepodge of other concepts.
Yeah.
So it's only a matter of how much they got from one and the other, right?
correct.
Yeah. So I mean, and then we know even when the Greeks came into Egypt, they still had those Assyrian coasts that went long into the you know what I mean, that still went on because all they did is synchronize
Right?
their faith with Egyptian stuff. So there's still things that's being carried over from Egypt into the Greek that they could still possibly pick up from the Greeks, from the Rome. You see what I'm saying? That these things are still into the in the culture.
I would bet you the Judean never even met a fucking Egyptian. How about that?
It wouldn't matter. They wouldn't have to meet an Egyptian.
The way they talked, they did, didn't they?
Why? They was right there. How wouldn't they meet an Egyptian?
Okay, so 600 BCE, the Persians run them motherfucker by then, remember?
Didn't they go into Jerusalem like about 600 BC?
Get defeated, Egypt is defeated. Come on, y'all supposed to know this, yo.
No. When did Egypt go into Jerusalem? Didn't Taharka who went into Jerusalem?
Oh yeah, you talking about that book? You talking about when they saved the niggas from the Assyrians? That's in the Bible, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Garfield beat me up on that. He was like, nope. I tried it one time. I tried it.
I thought they had a historical president.
They did. They definitely
I don't know, but they was defeated.
They definitely extended the I think the 25th dynasty, they definitely pushed their borders and shit up into damn near Lebanon.
Yeah, like, but I know Judea yet, yo. Remember that shit later on? That's some funny shit. You don't got none of the things they talking about. So they just a group of hodgepodge of people. You know what I'm saying? They're not even codified yet.
No, at this time they would be.
No, hell no.
Around the 25th dynasty, that's.
Man, so you're saying 700 BCE, you think is a place fully mechanized Judea? No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. They had hill kings and all of that at that time. At the time of Taharka and them, Judea had a fledgling monarchy. I could say that. Yeah, let's look that up.
Look that up. What does source say? A fledgling one.
Yes,
I ain't saying they
got G when you done. I think you fledgling, bro.
Did you say that?
Yeah, it's over with. That nigga up use fledgling, bro. I got my money on shit. Anytime a nigga say fledgling, you done fucked up. You done fucked up.
You got me with that, bro.
Got you.
I thought you were gonna say King David, and he was like, "No, his name was barely about not to make it." Yeah, it's crazy. All right, let's see who in the chat room, man, to warm them up a little bit, man. Some things.
Yeah. No, you was on point. It's
when
747.
Told you. I tell you, that's some bullshit. Even that's some bullshit, man. They ain't even literate yet to read nothing. I don't like the fact that everybody think that the Egyptians were illiterate like that. You got less than 1% of the population was literate. Right. So then how you conveying these religious ideas to some people amongst us claim everybody knew?
Oral tradition. It's oral. It's being passed on orally.
Okay. But they wasn't reading.
Nah, they ain't gonna read it. I'm just gonna be oral.
Okay. All right, man. Let's read this chat. Let's see in the chat, man. We glad to be back, man. Appreciate everybody that's in here. We got 43 people, really. If we were talking shit, cussing people out, talking about Sarnetta. Yeah, people playing games, man. I don't appreciate the way they doing that these days, man. Shout out to James Powell. What's up? Eric Grant, what it do? Brother from the UK, what's up with you? Lions time, baby. I said that right? What's going on with you? What else we got? Let me see. Jeremy, what's up with you? Everything is everything. What's good? What's good? What's up, brother Mathis? Yep. What's up, Eddie? Yeah, the watcher. Yeah, go ahead and watch. Make sure you watch. Eric Ishmael, what's up? Mongol
Shout out Omar Reed. That's the home.
Where he at? Where Omar Reed at?
Definitely Omar. Omar.
Omar Reed, what's up with you? Late Show 42. Yeah, Black African Power, man. Lamar Pope, Black African Power, man. Hey, man, thanks for the little crowd we got, man. Yeah, we ain't gonna be able to report on shit we don't really know. Well, I ain't gonna do it. I can't do it. I ain't even built like that. What I do want to show y'all is, let me show you what's going on around you so y'all can really get the gist of it real quick. Let me show you what type of quality we got going on.
We've been MIA for a little while, so it's gonna take them boy a little time to realize we back. We ain't been consistent like we was.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, I want to read something to y'all real fast, man. It's called Yellow Journalism. This is what y'all been affected by. Let me see. It says yellow journalism or yellow press are American terms for journalism and associated newspapers that present little or no legitimate, well-researched news while instead using eye-catching headlines for increased sales. Okay, so everybody trying to get their YouTube check. I personally don't think it's wrong to get a YouTube check because I used to get one, all right? But to work off somebody's misery, I think is a little bit crazy for me. Techniques may include exaggerations of news events, that's what's going on, scandal mongering, that's what's going on, or sensationalism. You know, I almost fucked that up. Sensationalism. 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 Okay? All right. By extension, the term yellow journalism is used today as a pejorative to decree any journalism that treats news in an unprofessional or unethical fashion. So that's what's going on, y'all. I'm gonna put this in the chat room, man. Y'all being poked by yellow journalism. It's not professional. You can't see the sources, and people talking shit. This person's pedophile, that person's pedophile. Like, come on, man. But I mean, who am I though, man? They getting them checks, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but it's when you use that as a means to just dirty up everybody. It's Nikki. Sarnetta. He had sex with Nikki. She was 16, he was 30, like, just say anything. So I'm gonna make this for the record, based off what I've seen out of Sarnetta. I've never seen him mess with no kids. I've never seen that. I've never seen him scam a person. I've never seen that. So, I mean, look, y'all can take it for what it's worth, man. I fuck with Sarnetta, man. All right, until some paperwork come out on him and he get locked up and go to jail and get convicted of a fucking crime. Yo, like, hey man, I ain't riding with all that shit, man. All right, so I just it's just not in my character to do that when I don't actually have concrete facts. Like just listening to the YouTube shit. Like, really, I supposed to listen to that? That's like me getting my vaccine information from uncredited sources on YouTube. Like, why would I do that? And everybody that's running their mouth, yo, they're against vaccines. That's incredible. They ain't got science in them. They don't. They just really don't. So look, y'all, Black African Power. What's good? What's happening? A well-organized lie defeats a disorganized truth every time. Woo-hoo-wee. Man, y'all already know what it is, man. It's the pseudo killers on deck. We come to do what we got to do. We're going to do what we got to do. We standing tall. We standing strong. Pseudo killers on deck. I'm Sosa. What's good, man? What it do? What it do? What it do?
Shoot, man, everything good. See, we getting up to about 63,000 in the building, man. Shout out for everybody coming through. You know how we rock. Man, we come to share what we know, learn what we don't know, man, and bang on pseudos, man, as always.
Yeah, I'm banging them pseudos. Hey, where you at, Cedric? What it do? What it do? What it do, man? Pseudo
Good.
official, the scientist supreme. What's good with you, man? What it do? What it do?
Scientific literacy is the vaccine against charlatan, scammers, and bullshit. Pseudo killers on deck, and we just put pseudo to rest, like we always do. We always working, always working. Peace to the panel, peace to the chat. Omar Reed is in the building. Gotta give a special shout out to Omar Reed. So let's get it in.
Man, from West Africa, I see you, man. What it do? Shout out to all the comrades in West Africa, man. Shout out to all my comrades in Baltimore, Maryland, man, where I was born and raised, man. Shout out to the brothers and sisters, man, that kept my life safe in Baltimore, Maryland, based on.
You can mind a little bit.
Yeah,
I
man.
don't know what to say.
Yeah, I mean, he loud. He playing the bongos in the back there, Cedric. Ha ha. Okay, so let me see here. This is what I wanna do. All right. Let know it, Cedric. Okay. I want to talk about scurvy. Why do I want to talk about scurvies? Because it's important, that's why. So I'm gonna use that, right, as a way for y'all to defeat any argument based around herbs, right? So we'll use scurvies as our example, all right? And hold on. Scurvies. And we'll pull up traditional medicine too, right? Okay. And we want clinical trials. Okay, so this is easy work for everybody, man. All right, very, very easy work on how we're gonna do this. Let me see, 1, 2, 3. All right, let me push this forward. John Hopkins, BBC. All right, hold on 1 second, y'all, so I can get these sources up there for y'all, man. All right, yeah, we're gonna talk about clinical trials. We're gonna talk about scurvies. Why is scurvy important in the clinical trials? Okay, all right, and I'm gonna give you an important person. We're gonna talk about James Lind. That's L-I-N-D. All right, important dude in this discussion, right? All right, so you know we talked about inoculation, and in dealing with inoculation, what allowed them to push that forward was for the first time in virology, well, I don't even say one of virology yet, but for the first time in inoculation, they had a clinical trial on that. That's what moved that forward. And we know what type of inoculation they was doing. They was doing the West African thing. All right, there were other places that had that in place, like India and China, and they claim Constantinople might have had some people actually doing that, but wholesale out the door, Ethiopia, West Africa, and the Sahel, these areas they was doing it for real. And I say this for a serious reason, right? So this community is trying to push us back past that. Any of y'all want to add something to that real quick?
No, keep going because I'm trying to figure out where you're going with the scurvy. I know what scurvy is. Go ahead.
All right.
Keep building, keep building. You're on point. China, in Asia, what they would do would take the scabs off of the cow, off of the pox off the cow, and they would carry it in a little pouch on them. So they had a powdered form close to their bodies, and that's how they practice inoculation. in the Far East. And what we did in Africa was novel, actually injecting the virus.
All right, so we do this real easy, like, all right. All right, let me get Mr. Lindell, James Lindell up here real fast. All right, when I get him up here, then we can get it moving, yo. Where you at, Sosa? You gotta say something, yo, while I'm trying to do this. Don't leave me out here.
Oh, no, like I said, when you came with a scurvy, I'm like, shit. I'm trying to see where you're going with it. I'm
gonna bring that shit home, yo. Watch how I bring it home, yo. So remember, this conversation is for everybody to be able to defeat that whole crazy ass herb argument. All right, that's what we need to do. So our family members is talking at. We gotta be able to get them out of there immediately. 2 ways to do it. Okay. All right, James Lind. All right. So hold on. Okay. Show the screen, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you James Lind. Don't be offended if he's a white person. I'm joking. Oh my God, there they go. They always show the white people like this. You be like, y'all,
White man, say it.
Yo, like, I ain't know you could be afraid to learn from white people. They sure as hell wasn't afraid to learn from us.
Just lost 4 subscribers. You know?
Yeah, lost 4. Oh man, that nigga talking that's that bullshit. Yeah, dead.
Looking like George Washington.
Yeah, they wore their hair like that, real funny, like.
I know.
Bananas, I never understood that.
Hey, ain't no different than those, the Egyptians shaving their head bald and wearing a wig. Like, they did some weird, different things.
So here you go, October 7th, 1716. July 13, 1796, right? Was a Scottish doctor. All right. He was a pioneer of naval hygiene in the Royal Navy. Watch this. By conducting one of the first ever clinical trials. That's why it's important. All right, it's them damn clinical trials. That's your source. Sailor scurvy before and after James Lind. Now, what the hell? Don't talk, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. Here you go. He developed a theory that citrus fruits cured scurvies. Yeah, but he did that based off of the clinical trials, man. Let's see real quick. So whenever you're in a conversation about, first of all, the vaccine conversation and the herb conversation is actually 2 separate conversations. A vaccine actually prevents disease, okay? Herbs, right, or medicines actually are therapeutic, meaning after you get sick. So you should never be debating a person with herbs and vaccines. First of all, that means they don't know what the hell they're even talking about. Let me explain it again. Herbs and vaccines aren't even in the same vein. Now, if we want to argue medicines, right, and vaccines, then we can have that discussion. A little one, not a big one. Now we can have a little discussion because, you know, a lot of drugs actually come from plants and herbs. Herbs are classified as food. They're classified as, right? So one more point, one more time. Vaccines are in a whole different category, right? They're not therapeutic. They actually stop disease. They stop you from catching the virus. That's what they're designed for, to stop you from catching a virus. Boom. Herbs and medicines or extracts from plants actually help, herbs supposedly help you once you get sick. say supposedly. Why? Because of this. So we understand that the two aren't in the same. You would never debate a person on that. It makes no sense. You wouldn't debate them on whether herbs work or not because of this right here. Don't let them get past this clinical trials. Right? Ask for the clinical trials. Clinical trials are experiments. So watch this, experiments, clinical trials. That's how we know that they're not experimenting on us, because they went through the experiment, which is the clinical trials. Human beings were actually experimented on, 30,000, 40,000, depending on which vaccines you talk about, Moderna, okay, or the Pfizer, all right? That was the experiment, y'all. So whenever they say it's experiment, say no, because it went through the clinical trial. You don't have to argue with them. That's what a clinical trial is, okay? Observations done in clinical research, such as prospective biomedical or behavioral research studies in human participants, are designed to answer specific questions about biomedical or behavioral interventions. Where you at, including new treatments, such as novel vaccine, drugs, dietary choices, dietary supplements. Wait a minute. Dietary supplements.
And medical devices known as interventions that warrant further study and comparison.
All right. You want to add something?
You were spot on. First of all, vaccines and therapeutic drugs are not in the same conversation. Vaccines are preventative measures, so we don't have to treat you once you get sick. And then again, when we're having the discussion about herbs, the discussion's supposed to be not which gooseberry is better, but what are the active ingredients in those herbs that supposedly is gonna do whatever it is you're gonna do. Because that Scurvy's example, we now know that it's the vitamin C in those citrus fruit that prevent the scurvy. So as we move along, we need more information. I don't want to hear what type of bush it is. I don't want to hear what type of berry it is. I don't want to hear how deep it comes from in the sea. I want to hear the active ingredient. I want you to break down the biochemical process that leads to the result that you claim it has. That's now your hypothesis. And on top of that, you now need the actual data to support whatever claims you're making. And when we come to the herbologist, we know that we are nowhere dealing within the realm of science. What's in that potion? What's the concentration? What's the active ingredient? What's the chemical or biochemical reaction that's taking place that lets me know that this active ingredient, for example, the bark of a tree contains acetyl salicylic acid, the stuff they make aspirin from. But it's not the bark of the tree. That's the active ingredient. They take that out and they make aspirin from that. So we need to start making these conversations a little bit more sophisticated when we confronted with these herbologists. And we know that the answer to any of these questions is a cocktail that's going to trigger your organs.
I see you there, Concrete Corey. What it do, man? Pseudo Kill Official, man. What's good with you, man?
Oh, man. Peace to everybody on the panel. Brother Cedric, Sosa, what's going on, brothers?
What's good, bro?
What's good?
Man, trying to get it in, man. Hear what the conversation about.
So I'll run it back real quick. So we talking about scurvies, right? We're talking about vaccines, we talk about herbs, and those two should not ever be discussed in the same vein. Do not debate a person on that. A vaccine is something that stops infection, does not allow you to catch it. A herb would be therapeutic, which would supposedly help you after you are infected. Two different things. Shouldn't be debated.
Yeah, vaccine is a preventable measure, and herbs is remedies. So, I mean, there you go. That's it. That's just it in a nutshell, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you deal with herbs after you're already suffering from certain symptoms. You know what I mean? So you may not want to take aspirin for your headache, but you already got a cold. You already got the flu or whatever, and that's what's causing you to have the headache or the fever or whatever. So you may drink some tea, and you may eat some vitamin C or some zinc or something, to make yourself to mitigate some of those symptoms. That's what herbs have been used for centuries. I don't think herbs have ever been used as a cure. You know what I mean? So I mean
prevention.
Corrected, you know what I mean? But I have yet to see a herb cure or be a preventative measure. So you know what I mean?
As a matter of fact, in science, in medical terms, we often talk about treatment. You don't hardly ever hear the word cure because we don't actually have cures. So we treat the symptoms with the therapeutic drugs that we have. So the only thing that we really do have is a preventative measure. We don't actually cure anybody with the pills and the potions that we get. We mitigate the symptoms and we allow the body to actually recuperate itself, but we don't cure anything. So that's another hint when you hear charlatans talking about cures.
All right, let's go.
Absolutely. So what was y'all saying about the scurvies? I'm not totally. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Let's go to S. What's this? Am I saying this right? Jesperson. Am I saying it right? Jesperson. S. Jefferson.
I can't see it, bro. I don't know where you at.
It's green. S. It says I have family that are vegan and say stuff like I eat garlic which is an anti-inflammatory. So it can fight COVID when it causes inflammation. How do you respond to these things? Well, you're asking, well, has that garlic been through a clinical trial? Has it been proven to fight against COVID in the clinical situation? Where's the experiment at? Where's the data at that proves this? There is no data, right? There hasn't been a drug approved to fight COVID called garlic, which is just a food. Simple as that.
I wouldn't know if it has anti-inflammatory
it might
qualities, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, but we can say that
it might have it in a general sense.
If it's something that is not harmful to you or won't exacerbate the situation, there's nothing wrong with trying something that you think may alleviate the remedy. You know what I'm saying? That may give you some
COVID right now. Stay on task. COVID.
So now you got a cytokine. You got a cytokine attack that is causing the inflammation. So now you have a ramped up CD8 production, which is causing a cytokine shower, and this is causing the heavy inflammation. No amount of garlic you're gonna eat gonna
yeah, but I'm saying what herb or what medicine would they recommend for anti-inflammatory?
You alternate Tylenol and ibuprofen.
Yeah, non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs, the NSAID group of drugs. So that would be the ibuprofens, that would be the paracetamol, that would be the aspirins, etc.
Right. So there wasn't right. So as far as herbal, what has that same effect, or may have some similar quality?
Ain't like that's mostly herbs, but they synthesize it or they extract the main ingredient out of the herb, right? And that's how they do. Am I correct? Though I could be wrong. See, I'm not the biology
No,
guy.
that's right. I'm just saying, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, we know nothing is going.
Yeah,
There is nothing's going to work. Medicine wise, we have no medicine necessarily to treat it. They just have like certain things you may try to alleviate some of the symptoms.
Yeah. No
For
doubt.
example,
Yeah. If you already got it, if they already got it, right? Obviously, okay, fine. If you think garlic is gonna help you with your inflammation, I ain't gonna argue with you about that. If you want to take ibuprofen, I ain't gonna argue with you about that. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, we want to make sure we're clear that we want to lower our chances as much as possible from getting the coronavirus, from catching one of the variants of this new SARS-2 novel coronavirus, right? So we definitely want to make sure that we're promoting or we actually letting people know that the vaccine is the only preventative measure that we have, right?
Yeah.
After you've already contracted COVID and you're suffering from symptoms, you know, by all means, you know, eat some ivermectin if you think that's what's going on, right? You know what I mean? I ain't mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do. Drink some lemon tea. You know what I mean? Make a hot body. I don't care what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Get rid of the symptoms. You know, help yourself to mitigate this.
Yeah, as long as you keep it in order, or symptom relief. Symptom relief.
Yeah. For example, there are certain, for example, neem. It's a tree. It's a herb. It's microbial. It's antifungal, and it's antiviral. One of the few natural plants that has an antiviral component. There's a coconut oil. It also has an antiviral component. These may help. Hear what I'm saying? These things may help in reducing symptoms. And then the cases that they help is usually in the 80% of the population that would have recovered normally anyway. These type of remedies play no significant role in that 20% of the population that is going to require hospitalization and more serious medical attention. So that point Concrete Corey was making is absolutely valid. When we're having the vaccine conversation, the preventative measure, there is no room for the herb discussion.
No, his question dealt with like somebody that caught COVID. That's why we was into that realm.
Yeah.
And also, if you're taking something herbal, you want to also make sure that you're not dealing with something that can exacerbate the shit you're going with. And we had that with I think some of the shit that Joe Rogan took when he got COVID. Like he took something that was an antibacterial.
He took an antibacterial agent. Now again,
that's not something you want to take.
Underlying symptoms. Let's say his inflammation attack was to the severity that he developed a bacterial pneumonia. Then it would make sense to fight that specific symptom. But what he was doing was so counterintuitive and counterproductive. Joe Rogan refused the shot, which we know contains salt, fat, and protein. We know what's in the shot. He refuses that shot to take a cocktail of chemicals that he does not know what's in them. This proves the illogical position that people take with regards to this COVID. You can prevent yourself from getting it. You don't want to take the preventative measure for all kind of excuses, and then people are buying a horse dewormer from the local pet farm.
That's what it was too. He took that. He actually took that. Y'all think about that now.
And I wanted to say,
for COVID. I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I wanted to say though, and Brother Cedric touched on it. He took an antibacterial, and earlier I made a joke about if you could take ivermectin if you want to, and whatever, but he took an antibacterial, and this is a virus though. See, we gotta like be understanding, and I'm not even Unc is the biology guy. I'm just a learner here on the biology tip, but I can clearly understand that antibacterial preventative or some type of mitigation measure that you may take for bacteria, right, is not gonna necessarily work for a virus, right? Those are two different kingdoms. Am I right?
Yeah, that's why the caveat was like, unless he had like flu-like symptoms, then it would make sense for him to take the antibacterial. So I'm saying, so that's why we caveat in there. Now, if he had flu-like symptoms, that would be a reason you might take an antibacterial. But if it wasn't something like that, then the antibacterial would make it worse. It would lead to like diarrhea, antibacterial type of diarrhea, make it worse.
Right. Yeah, it's just crazy to me. And they're also, even with the mitigation tactics, like your whatever, you want to eat some probiotics or take some vitamin C, with all these different mitigation tactics, why not use so if you have inflammation or whatever, and you got all these things that helps with the inflammation, like garlic and the rest of it, why not use the medicine that has extracted the active ingredient in the garlic? You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, whatever is anti-inflammatory in the garlic, I'm sure they have like things medicines that have been synthesized in the clean room and extracted from that garlic, and then you're able to get the benefits of whatever said medicine that's supposed to be in the garlic, or anti-inflammatory medicine that's supposed to be in the garlic. You know what I mean? I don't understand the herb thing, because like it's almost like driving a Flintstone car right now to me, and it's just me. Now I could be all the way out of bounds again. It's like, we flying jets and riding in BMWs, and you like, no, you know what? I want a Flintstone car. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go on the family trip. I'm gonna go from New York to California, and we're gonna take the Flintstone car. That's what that seems like to me, doing the herb game. But I've never had any problems with my health or nothing like that. So I'm not the healthy eating guy. Like, I could care less about eating healthy and all of that. You know what I mean? I work every day. I do construction, and so I got a high metabolism. I've been in shape pretty much my whole life, so I never been into the health type, eating well and all of that. I eat, burgers and pizza and things like that. So it seems to me like the herb game is the Flintstone game. You know what I mean? But somebody jump in there, man, and let me know what.
Absolutely,
I think sometimes you just gotta meet people where they're at.
Absolutely right.
I got some people in my family who they just don't take they won't take regular. They will do it. I won't say they won't take it. If they're in the hospital, then they have to. But they'll try everything they can to avoid taking medicine. Even if it's a headache, they'd rather try a regular remedy or just deal with it. You know what I mean? So sometimes you just gotta meet them where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Me, myself, I'm gonna take a Tylenol. I ain't tripping. Goody headache powder. I ain't really picky. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? But other family members, you gotta meet them where they're at, bro, and just, you know what I mean?
For example, in the Caribbean, people use papaya, the fruit papaya, the green papaya. They make a drink of it, and it lowers your blood pressure. It actually works. However, it's not regulated. You know how much people fell into comas because they dropped their blood pressure too quickly, or the concentration was too high. So they make this solution in the fridge because they don't want to use blood pressure medication. Now they drink this papaya drink, they fall flat on their face because their blood pressure went too low. Heads bust open, people end up in comas, and this is a natural remedy. But if it's not regulated, you don't know the right concentration, you don't know the right amount, you don't know the half time or the half value. That's why clinical trials are important, to establish the right doses, the right concentration. This is why herbs are dangerous if we don't apply science to them.
Right. It could be very misleading. And that was a really good point there, Cedric. And that was kind of one of the side points I was trying to make. You have people who have synthesized whatever active ingredient it is, right? And then they can tell you, they go through the trials and do all this, and they can tell you, well, if you weigh 180 pounds, you should take 2 pills. But if you weigh 90 pounds, you should take 1 pill. If you over 60, if you're under 6 years old, you shouldn't take these at all. If you're over 60, you shouldn't take them at all. You know what I mean? Like
Facts.
those things, like, you know, me personally, I'm concerned with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm concerned with. I actually read the bottle, you know, and you know, I always
scientists go into the bush, they take a plant, they bring it back to the lab, they break it down, they do HPLC on it, they look at what the active compounds in it. Now these active compounds, they extract them. Once we have the compound, people talk about synthetic as if it's not real.
Right, yeah.
The compound that came out of the plant is a C, is a H, is a N, is a O. It's organic. And these compounds are easily put together in laboratories. Now, what you got is a clean, refined a substance that is targeted to a specific task. You don't have all the byproducts that you may be allergic to. For example, people boil bushes. Now, boiling bush, you destroy the chlorophyll. That's what makes the solution green. Consuming too much chlorophyll isn't good for the human body in that broken down form. You know, like so this whole herb game, again, it's Flintstones. You're absolutely right. It's Flintstones.
Even with those when they extract it, you know, they like, you're still getting a similar concept, right? Because what they do is that when they go to these different places and get these plants, they actually study tribes, different people in different regions, and how they may deal with different ailments, right? And they've collected data over centuries of different plants, and then they go into the synthesizing and extracting. So this is so the cure is actually coming from a holistic aspect, but it's just scientific. You know what I'm saying?
It's done in a clean room.
Yes,
you know, why is you mad? Why would somebody be upset because instead of just going out in the bush and picking the plant after a wildebeest pissed on it, you actually do it in a clean room. You know what I'm saying? And you know, and it's regulated. You see what I'm saying? And all that. And it's got a batch number on the bottle. The bottle got 2 numbers on it. It's a lot number and it's a batch number on that bottle. You know what I mean? And you can track that bottle to the station, not just to the building where it came from. You can track it to the station at which station it was packaged in. You see what I'm saying?
You can track that product back,
and you can get it down to 20 workers. You can narrow it down to about 20 workers what happened to that bottle? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And
I
so,
do asset management.
yeah,
like I said, bro, just kind of getting back to it, just like in a sense, the extraction, the science part is the evolution of herbal medicine. This is this is the next step. You know what I'm saying? So being back in that stage is more stone age.
Flintstone. That's what I thought. I thought that. So
yeah.
I thought
If you're in a poor area or something like that, and then you don't have access to something, that's a different story.
that's a different story.
In a poor country, stuff like that. But if you're in a civilized, I want to say civilized, a large scale society that has access to modern technology and modern science, and you want to use modern science to deal with the ailments.
No doubt.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, we mentioned something real quick. I think it's vital. I'm not going to forget about the scurvies, but this is vital right here. And I'm gonna always give y'all something y'all can put y'all teeth in real quick. So what I suggest right here is go look at episode Space Odyssey, right? Neil deGrasse. Okay, episode 7. Now I particularly enjoyed episode 7 because it was talking about, I think his name was Robert Clare. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, Claire Patterson, my fault. So watch this. The Cleanroom. All right, Concrete Corey talked about the Cleanroom. This is essential to what we're talking about here, man. Okay, the Cleanroom, the 7th episode of the American documentary television series, The Cosmos, A Space Odyssey. It says it premiered on April 20th, 2014.
By the way, a black man does this show, but go ahead.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse. Yeah, and aired on April 21st, 2014, Natural Geographic Channel. Now, get your kids to watch this episode. Matter of fact, watch all the episodes. And I just say your kids, y'all could just need to go watch it, not just you and your kids, right? This episode explores the methods and processes used to measure the age of the Earth. This is important. So Claire, right, geochemists actually figured out the age of the Earth based off of measuring lead in the atmosphere. And maybe we'll get into that in another show, right? It talks on used to measure the age of the Earth. It says the episode also plays tribute to the geochemist Claire Patterson's in his quest to remove, watch this, the neotoxin lead from gasoline. Now, I was born in 1967. Okay, there wasn't a such thing as unleaded gas. It was lead gas. Now, everybody born today, based off of this scientist, not Jesus Christ, not God, not Allah, not Muhammad, not the pseudos, right, figured out that the extra lead that he kept coming across was actually being put in the air based off of gas emissions coming from cars. Now you got unleaded gas. But back when I was born, there was no such thing. It was science that saved your black ass because they was killing people. Lead, do you know how toxic lead is? Lead. Now, why the Cleanroom? Well, watch this. It said the episode title alludes to Patterson's attempt to sterilize. This is what Corey was talking about. You're buying herbs from here and there. It's not a clean room setting. It's not being sterilized. To sterilize in his lab after realizing that the inconsistent results in his experiments were due to lead contamination. Science. Now, politics. There are three prongs on the wheel when you're dealing with human endeavors. There's politics, there's science, and there's the media. The politics actually caused Claire not to have a job because he was actually financed by rich oil people. I'm gonna say this again. The politics actually slowed Claire down. Why? Because he was being financed by rich oil barons or oil companies. You talking about the damn gas, now you messing about money. So it's not the science that was wrong, it's the money. Well, that's what we're talking about. I know, that's why I'm giving you this example. So 10 years later, after they tried to bring other scientists against him and they battled back and forth, right? At the end of the day, they had you concede because the science went out. Science is undefeated, yo. It might not be overnight, but science is undefeated. That's why scientists keep fighting. And if not for Claire continue to fight the fight, we still be, half the damn human population probably be dead by now. Breathing lead. You know how toxic lead is? They want to use some cheap filler in the damn gas. Matter of fact, people at the plant that was putting the filler in the damn gas was having lead poisoning and dying. This is all found out in that investigation that Claire did. Right? It's just totally important and totally interesting on how we forget about the tool of scientific literacy and what scientists do. We disrespect it. Even when the Chinese hate the Americans, it's the scientists to get together. So they ask the question, how could scientists fund lab in Wuhan? Because they're scientists. And hopefully the scientists don't allow politics to get in between each other. Scientists don't like that. They don't like when the politicians call them the source of this and that and other, and they the COVID people. Man, scientists like, man, we just trying to get this right. So that clean room is essential. It was invented trying to find the age of the earth, which it still stands. 4.5 billion years, I got that right?
Say that again. I just went in, I lost connection. Go ahead.
I said the age of the earth, 4.5 billion years, right? That's the age Claire came up with. All right, and out of that, something else came out of that. Anybody want to add something to that, Sosa, King Sosa?
Yeah, they took the lead out of the paint too. They eventually got the lead out the paint.
Valentine say, paint your kids' room with lead, and y'all listen to that. And he gonna get 10,000 views.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, lead isn't a joke. Lead binds to your enzymes. So it stops your body from actually completing and going through its normal procedures. Lead poisoning is a cruel death. Cruel death. To now advise somebody to paint your kid's room with that stuff, man.
And in layman's terms, that's like basically shutting down your organs one by one. Ain't that what that is?
One by one. Yes, that's what it does.
It's crazy.
You realize you can't even
without enzymatic reactions, your body cannot function. So all processes in your body are fueled by enzymes. So enzymes help reactions, but don't actually take part in them. What lead does, it binds to these enzymes, making them, changing their form, making them not able to function. So what happens is your body shuts down on a very, very biochemical level. And yeah, your organs shut down one by one.
Yeah, I wanted to challenge him to purchase it. Let me see you purchase a paint that got leaded. That's my challenge.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck.
That's my bet. Get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I believe you get it. How about that? It's crazy. Like,
Home Depot in the back aisle. Not toxic.
yeah,
Come on.
Crazy.
Get out of here. Crazy.
So back to the garlic real quick. Let me get him out of here with the garlic. Let me bring up the trial for you. Let's get the garlic out of here. Hold on one sec. I just want to get the garlic out of here real quick. Real fast. Let me get garlic out of here. Let me get him out of there. Let me get him out of there quick. Don't argue with him. Yeah, why you arguing? You ain't been through the clinical trials, and what are you talking about? We're just every time you take garlic, you're experimenting.
Yeah, just a question though. Don't even go at him like, you feel me? It's just a question, like it wasn't even, you feel me? Don't make it up.
Don't beat him up.
Don't do what?
So don't make it adversarial. It was just a little question.
I'm not beating him up. What's wrong with you? We read the question. It was clear. His family members are vegan. He just was actually, I'm telling him, go beat them up.
You know, I gotta throw it out there for you because you say you know how you do with the friendly fire. You shoot niggas in the leg.
I don't fall asleep all the damn time. Sometimes I can catch up.
Yeah, it's all good. Hey, it's all good. Go ahead.
I'm a victim. I'm a victim of my own success. Yeah. It's coming. Ha! Here we go. So let's deal with this. Is something y'all can all access to. Potential health benefits of garlic based on human intervention studies. Am I saying it right? Intervention studies. Yep. A brief overview. Let's just the hell with all that. All right. Let's just go down to here. Garlic. The garlic is added to the mouth. The cheekbone is added to. Let me stop. The kidney. All right. Let's see what the guys say. Y'all remember? Go back to the show and I told you how to read the articles, man. Showed you what to do. All right. So garlic, therapeutic effects. So now, remember I used the word. Oh man, he plugs my daggone. Oh man, yo. Man, my son took the day. Oh, next. Ah.
Therapeutic is the key word there.
Damn. Hold on, keep talking. I'm not gonna shut off. My son took my damn cord, y'all. The kid, yo.
Yeah, like I see what you're going with. I should scroll down to the conclusion. I don't know the conclusion you get to on the garlic, but yeah, I mean, there ain't gonna be too many studies out there that's gonna show garlic as a therapy for COVID. You feel me? You know what I mean? So I mean, like we got to know that part. So it's just gonna, you know what I mean? You know, if it makes you feel good, then hey, have at it.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, if it makes you feel like you're doing something for the fight. You know what I mean? To push you in positive spirits.
You got to eat some of grandma's, collard greens or something, whatever make you feel good.
You know how it is when you get sick, chicken noodle soup work for everything.
Chicken soup.
Put some chicken noodle soup, baby.
Chicken noodle soup and with dumpling.
Feel better.
I hate chicken noodle soup, man. I do. I hate it.
I think because of that, but I hate it. I can't stand chicken noodle soup.
Campbell's chicken noodle soup.
Man,
it's like, man, who would eat that?
I know. When I see it, I think I'm like, oh, and there ain't even nothing nasty in it. But I think just in that stage, when I see it, I'm just like, ugh.
It's automatically make you think of sickness. I think the first time I ever ate chicken noodle soup, I had the flu.
But I do like,
or the first time I can remember eating it.
Jamaican chicken soup, though. You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah. That when I talk about chicken soup, I talking about Caribbean style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know Campbell. I know Campbell. I got in dumplings and that's a real thing. You sweat that COVID out of you for sure.
Yeah, I like some chicken and dumplings though. That's a lot different than that Campbell's.
Ain't nobody eating no Campbell soup. You crazy?
I don't even like giving it to my kids, man. I'm not giving it to my daughter.
Campbell soup and those type of things, we stock up on them in case of hurricane. So like now, everyone has a lot of canned stuff in their house for hurricane season. Otherwise than that, no, I ain't eating no spam. I ain't eating no corned beef. I ain't none of that. None.
All right, go ahead, Social. You see it? I'll make it bigger.
Make it bigger. Yeah, make it bigger. I can see it. All right.
You can make it bigger yourself too, Sosa.
I just did. Where you at? All right, good. Garlic has been shown to modulate several biomarkers in different diseases and in multiple ways. However, to understand the exact mechanisms, it is necessary to perform large, long-term, fully blinded, and well-controlled studies to obtain more precise and consistent findings. Additionally, further studies are needed to determine pharmacokinetics and pharmacodynamic limits in humans, such as pharmacological active concentrations of garlic, derived sulfur compounds in garlic preparations that may be achieved via oral intake or through pharmacological interventions. In addition, the rapid metabolism and poor bioavailability of garlic are responsible for limiting its therapeutic use. So special attention is needed.
Say it again, the what? Huh?
Okay. In addition, the rapid metabolism and poor bioavailability of garlic are responsible for limiting its therapeutic use.
Mm-hmm.
So special attention needs to be focused to improve the bioavailability of garlic for the development of novel dosage. Finally, limited clinical evidence exists for the effects of garlic on neurodegenerative disorders, including Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, Huntington's disease, amyotrophic lateral sclerosis. You gotta go up. Okay, this review could be helpful for future research priorities on garlic to be used in medicine, providing a range of health benefits.
Right. So they was, you know, they had to use special attention. What is meaning? Am I understanding this right? They had to basically extract the main ingredients to get the novel dosage levels that they were saying, right?
Yeah. So all y'all did anyway with the garlic, because you got to get it synthesized anyway. Why?
Yeah.
You got to figure out how to see that. See, really, what that really helped y'all understand is that, man, the reason they synthesize these things because maybe this particular plant metabolizes you goddamn quick and don't stay in your system long enough. So you got to have something to counter it and make it stay long enough to work. This is modern medicine at its best.
Yeah, and it speaks to what Seth was talking about in terms of
Absolutely.
accurate dosage.
Accurate dose. You need to know what kind of doses. So here you go, right here. Here you go. Hit this.
It won't even give you enough, and just, you know, you gotta extract it. You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead.
Right here, right down here.
10 garlics to do what you can get as a just extract.
Right. Yeah.
Although garlic is believed to be a safe substance, long-term trials of reasonable duration would provide insights into the possible side effects of different garlic extracts. The safety of garlic should be tested, especially in pregnant or breastfeeding women, as well as young children.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, so long-term and large trials are also needed to evaluate the difference in mortality, serious adverse events, and the morbidity of cancer and cardiovascular disease after garlic therapy.
So there you go, man. Listen, man, knock it off.
Yes, like that. So that's saying in a nutshell, like, you know, that how do you know the effects of that garlic if somebody is pregnant?
Damn.
So there's all type of factors that you're not thinking about when you take that garlic that the scientists are looking to evaluate to bring you a more safer product.
All right, hold on.
Right. And the whole dosage thing, you know, that could go either way. Like, yeah, they saying this in this specific case, the garlic case, you know, you hardly can eat, you know, you can hardly eat enough garlic to get what you need, right? But in other cases, though, it could be you may not want to eat so many of these things, you know what I'm saying? Because it could cause some type of bad reaction or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Let's end it. Here you go. Stanford medicine. Let's come to the big boys now. Stanford study drives a stake through claims that garlic lowers cholesterol levels. There you go. I'm going to put this in there for y'all to read yourself. And I want y'all to go to the study that verifies that that's a bunch of malarkey, okay? This is where we at with this. So you can either go with the clinical trials or go with your great-great-grandmother thought she said, or heard what her great-great-grandmother thought she was saying, and how much to do guesswork, bro. Like, why play the guesswork? Human beings have moved past the age of guesswork. Like, we don't got to do the guesswork no more. Yeah, we don't got to do guesswork no more, y'all. I'm just letting y'all know. So don't let community leaders take you back to when we had guesswork. That just does not make sense to me. Yeah, it really don't. Get your pseudo killer folder, man. All right. So for me, why drive me back to the point where we was guessing? It don't make no sense. Like, why would you go back to that? What's the joke in that?
Yeah, and my thing is like, if you want to use herbal remedies, right, do it for something safe, like sleep, where what I'm saying, you got different herbal medication for sleep. Something that's not, something that's, or if you're looking to get some energy, what I'm saying, something that has a boost that give you a little caffeine, what I'm saying, different things like that. That's safe. What I'm saying, but when you have something that makes you ill and can really do you harm, then you really want to step away from, the herbal stuff. Rather, like if you just got like a simple cold or something, and you use some herbal, that's fine, because the simple cold ain't gonna kill you. But if you got like pneumonia,
On my way.
you want to step the game up. You feel me?
Yeah, you best get you some antibiotics and quick, because there ain't no herb. There ain't no herb that's gonna stop that stuff from taking over your lungs within 24 hours.
Hey, when you get a chance, can you pull up the word grift?
Spell it.
GRIFT.
You see, but all this stuff is part of this anti-movement. For example, chlorination and fluoridation of water. You got people actually going to rivers and bottling untreated river water and selling it as it being pure and more organic and more natural. That's untreated water. That got all kind of microbes in it.
Yeah.
It's gonna naturally kill your ass. That's what it's gonna do.
Just because people in that region can drink it and it does no harm in them because they got that gut. You know what I'm saying? That microbiome gut. That don't mean that you in America can drink that same water.
So a grift. So this is what grift is. What a grift is. What this whole herb game is. They saw the COVID thing, and the herb game been grifting for a while, but it's really COVID really put it on the scene for real. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so the COVID was the opportunity for the grifters, for the herb game, to really put their foot down and get a nice piece of change. You know what I'm saying? And basically engaging in or small scale swindling. You know what I'm saying? Petty or small scale swindling. It's just that's all it is. You know what I'm saying? And this is the whole thing is a grift.
Yeah, didn't Dale Bigtree have a herbal thing?
Yeah,
all of them, all the anti-vaxxers is pushing.
They make
herbal remedies.
Yeah, they sell it. They the wholesalers. They sell it to Inc. and them niggas.
Yeah, so the other people are just like how the Republicans use the poor whites. The other people are just cannon fodder. You know what I'm saying? They're the distraction. The people behind the machine, that's running the machine is they're in the herb business heavy.
Yeah, that's the game. I'm trying to tell y'all, they got a website. Everybody got a website. These new doctors with no clinical trials, these niggas got websites now.
Yeah, same thing with the whole game. Same thing with the Nation of Islam. They put you on the anti-vaccine thing, and then guess what they do? They pull a Mr. Inky. They get some from Africa or whatever, take the label off, package it themselves, and they sell the congregation for extreme markup and kill them.
No, they ain't even going to Africa. They going to New York City, China. They ain't spending. Come on, why would I do that?
I was saying, you see that the AIDS guy was getting some shit from Africa. That's why I said the Africa shit.
They was all in the whole scam. It was crazy. During the height of the epidemic. That's
height of the AIDS epidemic. He getting some shit from Africa. They ain't got no properties that help AIDS, and he's selling for like an extreme markup. I'm talking about he might be selling like $500, $1,500 some shit that costs like $1 to.
Remember put that nigga on the channel, the white boy on the channel, that got thrown out of South Africa, for pushing that in the height of the AIDS epidemic. Let me read this though, man. Crazy. It's a disease resulting from the lack of vitamin C, ascorbic acid. Am I saying it right? ascorbic acid.
Yes, ascorbic acid.
A deficiency includes weakness, feeling tired and sore arms and legs. Treatment was this: decreased red blood cells, gum disease, change the hair, and bleeding from the skin may occur. This is scurvy's. Man. Huh.
Yeah, and let me just add as a side note with that, this is why all those people like Magellan and Columbus, after they made those long journey, a lot of them died because they didn't have knowledge of how to treat the scurvy. They traveled with like beef jerky and shit like that.
Oh man, you killing them. So yeah, they was eating beef jerky and stuff like that, but they didn't know that they needed vitamin C. So watch this. Actually, this clinical trial thing and the scurvies is what actually helped the British defeat France and people like Spain. This is what actually helped the Europeans, the British conquer the world, y'all.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Craziest thing ever. But a simple vitamin C. Your ass was grass. So one British expedition to raid Spanish holdings in the Pacific Ocean in the 1740s lost, watch this, 1,300 of an original complement of 2,000 men. So they was losing 1,300 men.
Massive.
Listen, man. Let me look at the camera, man. Listen, y'all tripping. Listen, when they was taking ships from the Spanish, man, they would lose 90% of the damn men. But like the war itself killed 1,500 people just shooting each other, but it'd be another 25,000 or 10,000 that died from scurvy. The daggone French couldn't even, listen, the French couldn't even do a blockade against the damn British because they would have to always change out their men. The British, following science, had the goddamn cure for scurvies based off of Linden, right? Using the clinical trial to figure out it was vitamin C. So they didn't have to change their men out. They was able to hold the blockade against France. But in all their little fighting, the scurvies killed more of them than them killing each other. Go figure that out. What we talking about? So if you want to talk about Africans selling to fucking America, then you need to prove to me, excuse my language, you need to prove to me that they had a cure for scurvies. Because you just can't build no shit without having proper things, fruits. Not to mention you also had cells that used to eat the daggone rats because the rats could synthesize vitamin C. So you can eat the rats and be all right. Go look that up. So the point I'm making here is that it was the infectious disease. And those that had the signs to deal with that scurvies that actually allowed Britain, wasn't they it was the clinical trial, Linden, L-I-N-D-A, right? That actually what he did was he took 15 people. He gave each one of them different types of food and gave another one some damn lemons and another one some syrup. Now the syrup had a little vitamin C in it, so that person kind of got a little better. But the ones he gave the lemon to or the limes to, right? They actually got better immediately, but he ran out of daggone lemons, but they got better. Right there, he could tell who did what did what. Now, what happened was he tried to dry out by heating it up and you know, like the heat press, you heat it up, but when you heat up the vitamin C with the damn lemons and try to make it a cold press of paste, when you heat it up, it lost the vitamin C. So when they tried to go back and do it, it didn't work. So later on, they picked it back up again, read his notes, and realized it was the fact that he was actually, you know, had heated it up that made it lose the vitamin C value. But the British had it, y'all. That's what allowed them to move around the world like that. But before that, your ass was good. The war you was fighting, it was the scurvies that got you. First of all, the daggone Native Americans, it wasn't no big all-out fight. Why? Because the Native Americans got sick. So by the time Christopher Columbus and them came back again, all the coastline was wiped out based off disease. You know, Cortez and them, when they was fighting the Mayans, is even the Aztecs.
Yeah,
Man,
the Aztecs. They was good during the first fight, but after that first fight, shit, even the people that allied them in the fight started dying from
They
disease.
started dying from disease. Europeans didn't get them, it was the disease that got them. They had the old world immunity, new world immunity. It was just certain diseases that when this population had split off, that's how we know the Africans didn't discover America, right? Why? Because they wouldn't have got sick. Because they had old world immunity. By the way, that's in one of my books.
Yeah, and if I'm not mistaken, like they really didn't want to even listen to Lyndon. But I think it was, I can't remember, I think it was a captain who believed him.
They couldn't
Because he told his crew, yeah, wherever we go, I want you, when we dock, I want you to eat as much vegetables and get some vitamins. See, wherever we go, these, you know what I mean, eat like that. And I think like, and the other people didn't listen to him. Their crew died and most of his people lived, right?
You're done. Oh, they had all kind of cures. They had make a nigga work harder, but you know, an effect of scurvy is you lazy. They call it the lazy man disease. So they working the shit out of people already dying from scurvy. Your teeth falling out and all that, all because they didn't have a clinical trial to figure out what the hell was going on. And now you got people in our community trying to take us back past that. Man, somebody want to say something, Corey Sudbury?
Yeah, straight up facts, son. Straight up facts. Ain't nothing more you can add. You started off the show just right. We can't go left from there. Herbs is unscientific, and as a matter of fact, they never even mention the specific herb. They talk about a bag of herbs. Which herbs? Is it basil? Is it parsley? What herb? So this whole herb game is a hustle. It's unscientific, and we need to get away from that. It's done. It's done.
That's coming.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the herb game is definitely a grift. You know what I mean? And
the grifting.
you know,
like I was telling earlier, it ain't gonna go nowhere because of the placebo effect. Like, so it's always gonna be around. Because no matter where you go, you're gonna find people who gonna swear that CMOS works.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So,
but CMOS works. It makes you feel good. It tastes good. Fills your belly. It works as a food. It does what it's supposed to do. I mean, but it ain't no medicine, and it ain't gonna cure nothing of any serious nature. Let's be honest. Like none of these things are designed or targeted to specific ailments. First of all, we don't know what the active ingredient is and how it affects the biochemistry of whichever disease or illness they are trying to treat. So this is placebo effect, just straight up hustle.
Well, you ask.
I think because people don't know what the placebo effect, they don't even know how to analyze things like that. They don't understand what's happening. So they attribute it to work because they don't even know what it is.
Why they call it the double-blind placebo. Look, here you go, read this for us. This John Hopkins, largest hospital in the world. The Division of General Internal Medicine, evidence-based medicine. Go ahead, Sosa.
Evidence-based medicine is the integration of best research evidence with clinical expertise and patient values. Evidence-based medicine is an interdisciplinary approach which uses techniques from science, engineering, biostatistics, and epidemiology, such as meta-analysis, decision analysis, risk-benefit analysis, and randomized controlled trials to deliver the right care at the right time to the right patient.
All right, there you go. So why would y'all want that? Why y'all want to play games? Like, why you take me back to a stage where we didn't have that. And then why you act like that wasn't a Nile Valley African approach to medicine, because it certainly was. Here's my challenge to all the herbologists. Do you not know the Egyptians were renowned for herbs? The West Africans were renowned for herbs. China, renowned for herbs. They still got them. But why in the hell do they got vaccines? Like we got to take our time and think about this. The Egyptians had herbs. Then why did they come up? Why was they working on evidence-based medicine then, yo? Because they wanted to know why this shit did or did not work, man. Like, this is not, who amongst you has told you that evidence-based medicine is the white man? It's like, who tricked you? That's a trick. No, these are the people trying to sell you non-evidence-based medicine. They can't, it take me 2 seconds to pull up the historical method, right? It talks about science-based medicine. It's right there. Egyptians, Mesopotamia, they was working, they was getting the oldest papyrus with evidence-based medicine is in Africa. Like, this is what they did. This is moving forward. You don't just pop out of nowhere and say, I want evidence-based medicine. Over time, the herbs weren't working. West Africa, Ethiopia, inoculation. Man, based off of Linden, right? They started realizing clinical trials, and not to mention they damn near did kill George Washington, bloodletting. The nigga just had a cold. They let 3 pints of blood out, and you got about 6 or 7. They let out half of that nigga die from a common cold. Crazy bloodletting. Oh, it's those clinical trials to keep the traditional medicine out of it. No, because when they put the clinical trials on bloodletting, it was killing people, but they also found there was some value to it. Yes, the leeches, they was putting leeches to help suck the blood, but the leeches let out a certain chemical that stopped the blood from clotting. So people that are having blood clotting, they'll actually today in modern medicine, they'll put leeches on them. So they found that out. So clinical trials aren't an enemy to the herbs, man. It's a friend. So tell all your friends that's talking to herb shit, tell them, hey man, has your thing been through a clinical trial? Well, why not? And it's not based off of who can roar up the loudest, like they was trying to sell that drug. Is it aloe vera? I can't even say the damn drug. We get that one doctor saying, I'm telling you it work. Science don't work like that. You can preach on a choir as loud as you want. They're not listening. Oh, we don't trust Fauci. Science is not asking you to trust Fauci. It's about his work. You know, when they pass those articles on you, they don't have the names of the people on them. See, y'all didn't know that, did y'all? No, they just want the data. We don't care who did it. It could be a woman in Harlem. If the numbers is right and they can reproduce it again, man, that's just spot on. So we're not.
They gotta stop. Fauci is damn. He's a. It's a team. They be acting like Fauci, like it just come down to one man.
He's just
like,
a spokesman.
You know what I'm saying?
He's a spokesman, you know?
Yeah,
so
it's tons of other scientists that looking at all that stuff too, you know what I'm saying? So it's not like it is one guy that is like, this work, that work. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, I got a whole team on.
Yeah, he's a spokesperson. I mean, he sits with the FDA, the CDC, the National Institute of Health. He sits with the government. He's just the spokesperson. And he's a coordinated. He's a scientist, but he's a coordination point for information to come out of. So again, here we go, targeting the individual instead of analyzing the data. It's about the data. It's about the information. Talking about information and data. This whole subject about the vaccines and viral transmission.
Freeze right there, Cedric. What's going on, Chef? What it do, man? Pseudo killer official, man. What's good?
Nothing chilling. Y'all can hear me.
Damn,
Yeah.
that set up, yo. That shit gonna bring us some money one day, yo. We can get all of us like that, yo.
Looking nice.
Working on it. We working on it.
Yeah, we working on that shit for real.
Working on it. But yeah, y'all rocking right now. So yeah, man, keep on. Go ahead, Fed.
Yeah, I wanna put a nail in the coffin of this misconception with vaccines and
You switch off for Fauci. Hold on, you switching. I ain't want to switch off real quick. Real quick. What I wanted to show y'all was hold on. We read this before. We'll do it one more damn time. One more damn time. We'll do it one more time for y'all that missed the last time. Yeah. You don't like the way he looked. NIH. Okay, this is what we're looking for here.
Definitely look like devil.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Going to kill you.
I don't know what the devil looked like, but I was surprised he looked something like that.
Kill you.
I'm sorry. I
That's
can't
the white
give a,
devil
I
right
can't,
there.
I can't give a European even that much credit.
He's going to kill. Here you go. Watch this. In a 2021 analysis of Google Scholar citations. By the way, man, we use Google Scholar around here too, man. In case y'all didn't catch up, you can actually put up your own separate page called Google Scholar, and you can get the daggone work. Dr. Fauci ranked what? 35th most cited living researchers. Did that say living researchers? Let me see. 35th most cited living researcher. According to the Web of Science, Dr. Fauci ranked 9th out of 2.5 million authors in the field of immunology by a total citation count between 1980 and January 2021, y'all.
Top shopper.
He ranked 20th out of 2.4 million authors in the field research and experimental medicine, and 132nd out of 992,000 authors in the field. Like, why would I listen to y'all? Like, why would I pay attention to Ali Muhammad? Why would I even listen to Stinky Inky? Why would I listen to any of them on that subject? Why? Like, why would you do it? They're not even talking about him. They're talking about his work and how it's cited. Man, like, they're not trusting him. It's his work that gives a scientist respect and trust, not him. Oh, real quick, Cedric, before you dive into the vaccine, I want to let y'all know something. Science is not a religion. Science, things that you will hear scientists say, specifically in dealing with a novel SARS coronavirus 2, the word novel means brand new. This virus is brand new, all right, to the immune systems of Homo sapiens sapien. So at any moment, when more data come in, you might say they flip-flop and they're not. They're just following the data. Scientific literacy allows you to understand this. People can't stand Fauci because he changes his mind when new available data come in.
Yep.
Simple as that. 1 week you're gonna say don't buy them masks. Next week, y'all better have them damn masks on. I suggest you listen to the dude. Yep. Because he's following the data. The data says when they first started was strictly transmitted, right? From touching shit. Well, we didn't necessarily need the mask, but it makes sense for the central personnel to get the masks. Yep. But y'all who've been following the pseudokillas, we told you from day one.
Right.
Look, we told y'all from day one.
That thing's gonna go airborne.
Yeah. Based off of
it's gonna go full airborne.
Yeah, Daly's Enemy, right? Our War Against Killer Germs by Michael Osterholm, PhD. He's an investigator. He's an investigator. He investigates infectious disease. He's like, no, dog. He said, yo, this is airborne. We said that before said that.
Yep. Hey, yo, could y'all hear my DJ air horn?
Yeah, we had it. It that shit lit. But I was telling them from early, this whole hand washing thing is irrelevant. This baby is airborne. Don't tell me it's particles, it's airborne. Now we have even scientific data that it stays in an environment for a half-life of 4 hours. It's airborne.
He said he was in a plant where they had contracted the SARS, right? Whatever it was. And he said they was walking and somebody in front of them had coughed, right? And then later on, they came down sick. He said, this is airborne, bro. It's right here, yo.
Yeah, they thought that in the beginning, but they didn't have enough. You know how it is. They don't have enough data to say for certain. I remember they thought in the beginning, but they thought that it didn't remain airborne.
They said it was aerosolized, so
yeah,
it would come out in the particles, and then it would not travel beyond 6 feet before it fell to the ground. But I was like, nah, this is airborne. No, that mode of that high a rate of transmission, we're talking about something airborne. No. Public hygiene. I kept saying, if our personal hygiene was so poor that this stuff was transmitted by a hand contact, we would have long been much more sicker as a population via bacterial infections because we go to the bathroom, we wipe our asses. If our hand hygiene was so poor, we would have had worse illnesses amongst the population. So my point was hand washing and proper hygiene. The fact that we emphasize that is okay, but this thing is airborne.
Yeah, I think too on with that. I think I also saw like a study on like the Amish.
Yeah,
because they're outside a lot and they constantly come in contact with bacteria, like their immune system a lot stronger.
Yeah,
because constantly coming in contact with shit like that, and their bodies have developed ways to mitigate a little shit like that.
Natural immunity, yeah, because they deal with the raw cow manure, and they make their own fertilizers, and they put all their hands in the stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, their immune system. We do that. Like I allow my kids, especially after about a year old, to be outside in the dirt, no shoes, just be in the dirt. And that builds their natural immunity also. When we keep our kids too sterile, then they get sick. I see that even with my dogs. A lot of people can't give their dogs a raw piece of chicken because their digestive system can't handle it because the dogs eat too clean.
Yeah.
So
that's
some exposure is necessary.
Yeah, when you got your little baby, it's a good thing to put them down on the floor, let them crawl around.
Yeah, put them down on the floor, let them crawl around, put stuff in their mouth. That helps build their immune system.
Real quick. Let me read the New World Order, Chapter 6. William Forge, MD. Watch this. Y'all want to know the New World Order is? Watch this. People are beginning to understand there is nothing in the world so remote that it can't impact you as a person. It's not just disease. Economists are now beginning to say if we are going to have good markets in Africa, we're going to have healthy people in Africa. So all that we trying to kill Africans, no, we're not.
Nope.
No, we're not. We need them healthy to have healthy markets. Like y'all are so bizarre in what y'all say sometimes. They're trying to kill us. No, the virus is almost trying to kill you. And I say that because coronavirus is not a deadly virus. Ebola is a more deadly virus than corona. But the reasons that make Ebola more deadlier than coronavirus is the reasons why Ebola has not colonized planet Earth. Coronavirus in under a year has colonized planet Earth with different versions of itself. Why? Because it only killed 2% of the people.
Yep.
It fakes you out, makes you think, oh, we're going to be all right. Half of the people, right? Half of the people, you don't feel any symptoms. They call it asymptomatic. The most of the people get sick, stay home. Some of them go to the hospital, and 2% of them die. We ain't taking no vaccines. Wait a minute. The virus has tricked you. It has outsmarted you. It makes you think it's okay to do everything you're doing normally so it can infect you. What about the long-term effects? I'm gonna stop right there. Can you pick back up to your point right now about the vaccine? I just want to let everybody know that we never said super killer virus. That's the point. That's why it went worldwide. If it was Ebola, it wouldn't have made it because it would have killed people too quick. It can't even.
Coronavirus is a very successful virus. Coronavirus is an example of evolutionary success. Ebola, on the other hand, isn't. Why? It will always show up in small pockets because it doesn't allow for easy transmission. It kills the host too fast. So it doesn't allow the virus to proliferate. When a virus proliferates, it's a successful virus. So Corona, as with the 4 others that came before it, is a successful virus because we still have the other 4, we know them as the common cold, endemic to the human population now, coronaviruses. So they are highly successful viruses. But what I want to get to the point is, it's been mentioned on different platforms, and it's been brought forward in too high a concentration for us not to address the silly and flawed questioning when people ask, can this vaccine prevent infection and transmission? The easy answer is yes to all the above, but it's a nuanced answer. Why? Because if you say yes, somebody's going to pull up data talking about breakthrough infections, about people that have died even though they've been vaccinated, mentioning the fact that people have been contracted the virus from people who have been vaccinated, etc. So let's address it. When we're dealing with vaccines work based on how the virus attacks the body. When we're dealing with coronaviruses, these viruses attack the mucous membrane and not necessarily go immediately into the blood. So the proliferation and the growing of the virus actually takes place in the mucous membrane before it enters into the bloodstream.
Facts.
Vaccines are delivered into the bloodstream. For example, IgM is not the major indicator of coronavirus. It would be IgA, because IgA is predominantly found in the mucous membranes. So now, when you have, and people use, for example, the success of the measles vaccines and the chickenpox vaccine, that you never ever experience symptoms again. Why? These are blood-based viruses, so they proliferate in the blood. Now, in the blood, streaming through your body is where you have active IgG and active T cells. So this, when you're infected with a virus that it proliferates in the blood, you never experience symptoms again because of the direct contact with the IgG. It's in the blood system. Now, when you look at the coronavirus, as with all common colds, their proliferation is primarily in the nasal cavities, so not in your bloodstream. So when you even though you're vaccinated, the symptoms that you might experience if infected would be cold-like symptoms because of where it proliferates. So yes, you get infected, but the vaccine works because it prevents you from developing serious serious symptoms which may end you up in the hospital or even death. So, and when you get these mild symptoms, the evidence shows that the most people who are vaccinated aren't actually creating or producing a viral load high enough to be considered as transmitters. So unvaccinated people, once they get infected, will become a vector and transmit the disease. In the rare case that you have a breakthrough infection with a vaccinated person, this person, yes, now may transmit the virus because they have actually become infected to the point that they have developed the disease and are shedding virus. So when Stinky Inky asked that stupid ass question to Ankh, which indicates he has no profound or deep understanding of the science, and he can't separate one vaccine from the next based on the profile of the virus we're dealing with. Then you get these give me a yes or no answer, and it's all in an attempt to straw man and poison the well and create an impression as if A, we don't know what we're talking about, and B, you see, the vaccines don't work. Now, that I hope I put this to rest for the last time. So
Vaccines stop infections. They don't stop infections, they do.
They do.
They got breakthrough infections. You gotta have, you gotta be able to stop infection. They have why would they say there's breakthrough rare? They call it rare, a breakthrough infection.
Because of the vaccines are actually preventing infection.
Correct. COVID is the disease. Corona is the virus. Man, what in the world is going on in this world today? What are you talking about? So science is predictive. Go ahead, somebody gonna say something.
I was saying, man, where's Ujawa at with that jab, man?
Hang on, stand.
Call him
Wujah. Have you taken?
He's been MIA lately. Like, yo, what's up with that jab report, family? We need that jab report, man.
And there's 2 points to address with that is concerned. The evidence came out that quantitative analysis of your IgG to determine how your body is actually going to react once exposed to the coronavirus again is completely and totally irreliable. In some cases, people with a very high IgG still got infected. In other cases, people with a low IgG didn't even just block the whole infection, was prevented from getting the infection. And the fact that Wu Jiao was previously infected, one round of the Moderna makes him a super immune, gives him a super immune response. So if Wu Jiao is listening, I would advise him to get that one jab at least to put him in the realm of superhuman as he wanted to be by doing the testing. By doing the quantitative analysis, so he would actually be a superhuman in terms of his immunity by getting one Moderna shot after having been infected.
Pure Black in the chat said Ujawa appointment was rescheduled to February 37th.
On page 159, chapter 13 is called SARS and MERS, a harbinger of things to come. So in this book, he talked about how, based off of study of science and study of viruses, remember science is predictive, that they knew something was going to happen. And here we go. It says, and down comes up. Hold on. And the dawn comes up like thunder out of China. Across the bay. Interesting. So he's talking about this chapter is dedicated to SARS and MERS. Okay? And they basically saying just based off of SARS and MERS, based off of how they knew it was transmitted, based off of dealing with bats, based off of all that there was potential for this to happen again.
They were running simulations in Wuhan just before the virus outbreak. They were actually doing simulations in Wuhan because they actually, from their previous studies, it was predicted that Wuhan would be one of the areas where you would get that zoological jump.
So let me read this on page 167. Say Dr. Peter Daszak, a disease ecologist and president of the Eco Health Alliance, a global organization dedicated to the innovative conservation science linking ecology and the earth of humans and wildlife, recently observed SARS is alive and well and living in China and ready for the next outbreak. Man, look how they was on that. It say 2 recent studies support that conclusion. Bat samples in China and Taiwan were found to be carrying a coronavirus that was genetically almost identical to the SARS virus and that any day could be transmitted to another animal species that has substantial human contact. What happened in Guangdong province in China in 2002 and 2003 could happen all over again if one of these bat viruses infect humans, most likely via another infected animal. We can't for a moment believe that the SARS virus arbitrarily has been written. What's the date on this book here? Let me see. This was, let me get the date for y'all. See, y'all playing, yo. That's March, edited March 2017. Little Brown Company, New York. Yeah. So see, we read these books because science is predictive. We don't need the Dalai Lama. We don't need the prophecies. We just use science. Science is predictive. Charles Darwin predicted that based off of animal or great ape finds that we would find the ancestors of humans in Africa. So remember, him and never Victorian scientists are actually the ones that first start talking about all humans on planet Earth come from Africa. Just want to put that there, man. Hey, man, you want to drop that link, man, for the last part of the show, man? Let y'all get it in real quick, man.
Yeah, this is part of the show when Qube, you and Qube get it in. This should be hilarious.
You at Qube? Calling Qube. Calling Qube. Calling Qube, the nutty scientist. We're calling you. Calling you Qube. Calling Qube.
Is it late enough? Did he had enough to drink yet?
Yeah, he don't drink all the time. But this that time, we a little bit late. What time is it? It is, nah, he's sipping right now. He ain't really drinking. He ain't drinking. The drunken. He did say he was a monkey, remember? So me calling him the drunken monkey, he's not offended by that. Not Qube. No, sir. Qube will come and say, yo, why don't you convict Polite in the court of public opinion? You know he did it. Yeah, he did it.
What?
Y'all ain't did a scientific show on him yet, because he did it. Yeah, you know he did it. How come y'all ain't talking about him? Because you know he did it. Yeah, he did it. Boy, that's that yellow reporting, man. Knock that off, man. Where you at, Qube? This your part of the show where you get to get it all the way in.
Let's do
The parasites don't want nothing over here, though. Them parasites don't want nothing with the squad.
Oh, man, that shit funny, yo. So, yeah, man, I thought we had a powerful show, man. Shit, man. Almost 100 watching, man. Yo, we need to get that routine back in, man. We is. You know, but you got to study up and have information. So just to backtrack a little bit, man, we start off with scurvies. Why? Because scurvies, which was actually the thing that was the first, they used to figure out how to treat the shit, was actually the first actual clinical trial. And it was very successful. the infectious disease that was scurvy had a profound effect on warfare. Those who understood it survived to win the battles, and those who didn't got decimated and lost. So basically, that's how Britain was able to get up on everybody and defeat France and defeat Spain and literally put their empire damn near around the world because they understood vitamin C and treating scurvies. That's amazing to me. So what are we going to do? Are we going to turn our backs on science? No. Suppose they would have turned their backs on science. Right. Makes no sense, man. So yes, clinical trial scurvies. Why scurvies? Because scurvies is the first actual clinical trial. And then you get the smallpox, right? You get the first clinical trial on inoculation based off of the African way of inoculation. They put the first clinical trials on inoculation. That's using African technology, high-level West African technology. They put that clinical trial on it. That's the first clinical trial on inoculation. It is in North America, based off of Onesimus. These clinical trials are important. Maybe the next generation of those who practice herbs will take everything to the clinical trial stage, and then we'll actually know. Because just because the herb has potential, there are certain things that might not even allow to reach the potential. And we read that. So go back and listen to the show. We talked about how garlic leaves your system, metabolizes too damn fast to really do what it needs to do. So you would have to synthesize that, use other things to keep it from breaking down as quick, metabolizing and getting out your system too fast. You need something to slow it down a little bit so it can have its chance to work. That's what medicines do. So now we got it. Put it in there one more time, man. Nobody won't come on here. Y'all scared. Did we scare y'all to death, man?
Hey, I was looking at some on why they call Hippocrates the father of medicine. And they were saying because he was the first to diagnose as the illness actually being treated with the actual in the body itself. You know what I'm saying? Versus how other society, Egypt had it looking from an outside agent, outside agency. You ever look into that? Why he's called the father of medicine?
No, he ain't called the father of medicine.
Yeah, what is he called?
I am Hotep is a father of medicine.
No, I mean according to.
I get what you're saying, but watch this.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you know what I'm talking about.
No, your explanation on why, like Charles Darwin will be the father of medicine as opposed to Al Jaheed.
You look it up real quick. Yeah.
Go to Wikipedia, father of medicines. Father of anything. Let's see. Man.
I understand the father. I'm just saying as why he's labeled the father. Why he got the title. So
let's see if he got the title. List of people considered the father or mother of a field. What about the nurse show? What about the nurse? The nurse was crazy.
Nightingale.
Hey, look,
Florence Nightingale.
Hippocrates.
Yeah, yo, guy.
Hippocrates, who was considered one of the most outstanding figures in the history of medicine, he is traditionally referred to as the father of medicine, in recognition of lasting contributions to the field, such as prognosis and clinical observation.
Slow it down.
I tell you, like, the reason I know that because I read it not too long ago.
I know you did, but I'm gonna slow you down. Let me slow you down. Slow down. Let me go to medicine. Hold on. I'm gonna slow you. I'm gonna slow you down. I'm gonna slow you down. Hold on. Yeah, people get mad. I was mad at the Charles Darwin, but they explain the mechanism, right?
Yeah, I know why I understand why somebody's labeled the father, even though they may not be the first to. That's not my argument. I'm not saying that, I understand why somebody could be the first to invent something and still not be the father like that. That's not my argument. I'm just saying like why they specifically label him as a father, because according to what I was reading, he did something different than what other people would.
Nah, I'm gonna get him out of here. Hold on. I don't like that. Don't take my Hotep away, yo. Because remember, they was the first people to come up with what you just said.
I'm familiar with that. I know about Imhotep. I'm familiar with that.
Black Algae 101, my man.
Yeah. Just go pull up while he's gone. Pull him up at the bottom.
Imhotep a myth.
You got me.
Man, see, and he speaks. First thing he do is kill Imhotep. God,
It's mythology. But go ahead.
boy, killed us. You ain't found nobody, none of that.
All right, now I'm going.
All right, you did your video?
Yeah,
What you do though?
I did a move on.
Who?
A move on. So eat and talk.
Oh shit! Send it to me.
All right. I gotta edit my video first.
Oh, all right, go ahead, edit it. You need to edit some of my videos.
All right.
I'm gonna pay you.
If it was the Bible, y'all would have been written Imhotep off.
Yeah, you might. You ain't gonna joke you on that one. I ain't got no evidence. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm not gonna be the one to say it on this show. No.
Chef, you're wrong. I can pull a Garfield on you. He is Jesus. He existed. He maybe didn't build the pyramids, but he laid the foundation.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's records that attest to him.
I'm just kidding.
They actually got shit that attest to him. And it gives a date, you know.
Yeah, but he kind of superhuman though.
Yeah, they definitely made him into something.
He's an architect. He's medicine. He's politics.
He was a multi-genius.
Yeah,
It happens. Look at Ben Franklin. He was a multi-genius. You know what I mean? Statesman, scientist. You know what I mean?
Look at polite. You're multi-genius.
Joseph, polite.
You can just go to Instagram. I got my source up. They go to Instagram, nigga. That's my source. They talking about. That man's a multi-genius, baby. Shoot.
Yeah, Imhotep was a poet.
Multi-talented.
Yeah, he's multi-talented. You see people like that, they do exist. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna get you out of there. Where you at? I'm getting y'all out of here. Here you go, ladies and gentlemen. I am so out of here.
Get me out of here, bro.
Please, here you go. Here you go. Medicine, early medicine, bro. Give it to him, yo. Late 26th century BCE. I am Hotep, bro. Then you got Chikara, 3rd century BCE. Then you got Hippocrates. There you go. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah. No, I get it. Show me that Imhotep is the father of medicine. That's all.
Nah, he the father of early medicine. I am Hotep. Historical legends follow his death with little evidence.
You just killed yourself with your own source.
Yeah, you got I didn't want to bring that. Hey, strike that from the record. I wasn't trying to
Listen. If Jesus real, Imhotep real. End the conversation.
Damn. Anyway, I am Hotep. I ain't listening to that. That's Wikipedia. We ain't listening to Wikipedia. Wikipedia in the journals. I'm gonna find a journal. No, I ain't doing all that. Anyway, you get my point though, right? He's considered to be because that thing was on the father medicines though. You know that, right? That
No,
paper.
it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Here you go.
Nah. Yeah, I know what you're saying about what he did in the beginning. Yeah. I'm up to par on that, but he's not considered the father of medicine.
The line right here: list of people considered father or mother of scientific field, bro.
All right.
And then when you go down to the medicine part, here you go.
Don't flip playing me.
I ain't gonna flame you. I ain't gonna be.
And went past it.
I went past it.
Anatomy, Marcelio.
What else? We gotta go down a little bit more. Hold on.
Why? That go medicine and physiology.
Where?
That's where you at. Look, go scroll back up.
We gotta go down to it. Hold on. Medicine. There you go.
Medicine.
There you go. Medicine. I told you. He considered the father of early medicine, dog. Come on, man. You ain't got to throw that into early medicine. But then you go to modern medicine. This is Sir Williams. Look at this. Sir William Osler. Yeah.
Yeah, you look up his history. He probably was a goddamn hack.
Yeah. I don't even want to get into why they had to, cause shit back then, a quack and a daggone quote unquote doctor was doing the same shit.
Same shit. Look, the dude, check this out, y'all, because I ran across this. The dude who created our modern breakfast, right? His name was Dr. Kellogg. When we get the Kellogg rice frosted flakes or the Kellogg whatever, the cereal.
Right.
This dude was a goddamn he was a damn hack. He worked in a damn a mental institution, right? And his whole thing was that you had to in order to balance your mind correctly, right? You had to chew your food like it was a sane amount of times, right? Until it was a mush and liquid, right? And he said that most mental disease came from the fact that we didn't chew our food properly, right? So everybody that was in his medical facility, he would make them have to chew their food like 40 times before they swallowed it. But fast forward, he came up with the cornflake. That's what he came up with, the cornflake. And this motherfucker, he was into sewing people's mouths up, all that. And I'm like, yo, his cereal is a household brand name, and this motherfucker was actually mutilating people. He was a goddamn a psycho, man.
Yeah, but he was reading some Zen books and some Buddha Indian books, because they actually make you eat one single grain of rice to experience the rice completely, or you eat one single raisin. There is a philosophy that people adhere to even up to today. The efficiency in which you chew your food helps it to process better. Now, you could drop a piece of steak without chewing it in that stomach acid, and trust me, it will get broken down.
That's a fact.
Yeah, but back then, shit, there was no goddamn ethics. Like, it was fair game, bro. Like, no. Yeah, like,
Operations without anesthesia.
Experimentation was crazy.
Dentists have a tool to strap your head in so you could yank your teeth out because there's no anesthesia. Doctors before Pasteur wasn't washing their hands, and they would come out of one surgery, wipe their hands off, and dive into the next patient. I mean, it was. But you see, this is human development.
That's
so
all
again,
it is.
Yeah, and the lobotomy.
Would you go to a Flintstone? Would you go to a Flintstone doctor, or do you want to have MRIs and X-rays being done and full blood work analysis with high-tech computers? Like, it brings us right back to the herbs and the Flintstone. Like, the herbs belong back then with those quackeries, not in today's modern medicine.
Right.
Yeah, but you don't get to this point without that crazy shit though. You don't get here without.
Hey, we got a caller check in, yo. Where you at? Grifted. He's the Grifted. Gifted. Is that Gifted?
Yeah.
I'm stuck with Corey, yo. With the what was it? Drift.
Hello.
Grifting.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's going on, brother? What's your name?
All right. Hey, my name Dewante, but you know what I'm saying? I'm going by Gifted on here because, you know what I'm saying? That's my little handle.
Okay, how you doing, brother? What's on your mind, man? Talk to the pseudokillas.
Good, man. How everybody out here? Y'all straight?
Gucci.
We good.
Okay, man. I just had to pop in, man, and just let y'all boy know, you know what I'm saying? your work getting noticed, everything y'all doing be spot on, you know what I'm saying? And even when you ain't spot on, you know what I'm saying? Unlike
It's
some
pointing
other
at the right direction.
get
Go ahead,
straightened
bro.
out.
My
So,
bad.
so that's admirable. You know what I'm saying? I like that in all y'all, man. And I also wanted to say y'all probably out here saving lives. You know what I'm saying? As quiet as
Hopefully.
it's kept, because like between me and my sister that I got in medical school, like we probably got my whole family vaccinated except for my pops, but he just ain't gonna do it. It's over with for that. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, that's how my girl is, yo. I'm gonna have to hold her down
Yeah,
and jab her with the knee. I got a crazy nigga, yo. I ain't lying.
Nah, one of my baby, I got two baby mamas. One of them just like that, bro. Talking about we built Ford tough. I'm like, you don't take your Ford tough ass to the goddamn.
What?
right.
Look, when I get on here and start talking vaccines, yo, she slammed the bedroom door. She don't even want to hear the shit, yo. You feel me? She think
Straight up.
I am out of my mind. She think I'm out of my mind, yo.
Oh man, I gotta say I lucky on that front. I ain't got two. I got more than two. I'm not gonna say how many, but yeah, they turned to me and they asked me what should we do, and it's literally, look here, make sure you get your ass vaccinated ASAP. Okay, so yeah.
But look, see that my girl's so bad, yo. At this point, the only thing I can do is pray for her. she didn't push me. She didn't push me to that, yo. I didn't actually pray for her, yo, because she a cosmetologist, and she always in people's faces.
Damn.
You know what I mean? She got to do. She got to be over the washboard, washing their hands. They breathing in each other's faces. You know what I mean? So at this point, I ain't gonna lie, yo. I didn't pray for her a couple times. You know what I mean? I'm reduced to prayer because logic is not working with this nigga. You know what I mean? Logic is not working. Yo, I didn't offer to take her on a motherfucking vacation. I said, yo, you get it, yo, she want to go to Switzerland. I'm like, yo, I can book that, you know what I mean, trip to Switzerland. We can go, boom, 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 but you can't go unless you get the vaccine. They ain't letting nobody, man. She said, fuck that, I ain't going. You know what I mean? And so it's only thing like I said, I didn't pray for the nigga. Like,
hey, look, hopefully she's already came in contact with it, got some type of antibodies, and she's able to fight it off.
She good.
Inshallah.
Yeah, I mean, God got her, yo. God got her. That's
you got that natural immunity going on there.
Say God got it, yo. You know she in trouble, yo.
You know I gonna break code right now, right? You know I'm gonna break code right now, right? Is that melanin?
Yeah, she ain't even got that much melanin. She red as shit. She red as shit. So you know what I mean? It's like God got it. That's the only thing I can say. You know what I mean?
That's great. Hey, Gift, you to say, brother?
Yeah, I wanted to say one more thing, man. I think this is the perfect time to keep the momentum going, stay consistent right now, because as we see all the pseudos falling on their face, everybody, you know what I'm saying, getting exposed. So this is the perfect time to keep pushing the information and really capitalize off of it. And shoot, you feel me? I'm on board. I'm telling, I'm sharing this show. I'm putting people on. So it's like, this where it's at.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
This is the question I want to really ask you. So what is it we don't be on point with? This is what I want to hear.
Dude, honestly, bro, like I said, I've been rocking with y'all probably like 2 years now. You know, I started off on the pseudo train like everybody else, but once I got
I'm still on it.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, no cap, boy. Mr. No Source. You don't want to show no source. But look, I mean, I really think y'all good, bro. Like, I do my research. I take a lot of stuff y'all say, bro, and I go back and look it up and then share the information like I said, and they looking it up like, yeah, you right. So it's like, it's to the point where it's like, you know, the old saying, if you're the smartest in the room, you in the wrong room. So
Yeah.
I'm always trying to be
like
in this
that.
room. That's why I'm like, man, stay consistent, because this might get away from the dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
That's
we
what I'm on.
argue all day. Trust me.
Yep.
Like we beat each other brains out on a regular basis. So that's how you figure shit out. You know what I mean?
You gotta be sharp in this group. If you open your mouth, you better have your sources lined up.
Yeah. Hey, I see Art with the pseudo killer for real. He tried to beam in on me.
Definitely. He was waiting for you to say something crazy.
I ain't right on. Nah, bro, you good. You good.
Yeah, I'm messing with you. I like these tests to see. You know, I think that the program actually works, man, and so it doesn't allow an individual to take over. You know what I'm saying? I might lead some conversations, but hell, everybody on the panel can lead a conversation. That's nothing. But the problem is that our community is based off of one charismatic leader, and that's not happening around here. Like I can't get away with that, even if I wanted to do that. When I get mad at niggas, I just go on the Real Black Atheist channel and talk shit. Then I end up putting a link out any damn way. So I never get that moment to really just. So that's the real problem, right? Science don't work off of one person, one individual.
And that's true. And I don't want to cut you off because they always saying I'm, Mr. No Source. I am the source. See, that's where y'all get it just twisted. I know what I'm talking about.
That's a
I
fact.
am the source.
Chevron, you're wrong. You're supposed to say,
Hey, listen, sometimes if you want source and shit, everybody
Chevron
knows.
is the source.
Yeah, look, when
Chevron.
Unc holler source up,
is the source.
check it out. When Unc holler source up, he talking about me, right? Because I am the source. I know what I'm talking about. Y'all got to go pull sources all day because y'all don't know what the hell y'all talking about. I already know what I'm talking about. It's over. Like,
Chef hit you with this. We already supposed to know that.
Exactly.
I got to sit down, Pat, yo. If you wasn't around, you killing them, yo.
Chef tell me today he don't give a shit what the PhD say. That's her opinion.
I don't believe that. Don't let the nigga.
Well, she was. I think
she was giving her opinion at certain times in that conversation. You gotta know that though. Her
professional opinion is different than just a layman's opinion. When she gives her opinion, it's founded on a body of work.
You would like to believe that. That's what we want to believe. We hope that's what she's doing.
Her PhD in front of her name, and the fact that she is the leading scientist in the subject gives her that credibility.
Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about?
Miss PhD Kennedy.
From, the lady that was saying was dealing with the color of Hannibal Barker, black or not, from Garfield show earlier.
Oh, she illustrated every point that we have been making from day one.
Unc already know that's Unc homegirl. The white lady Kennedy. That be on the
Dr. Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy.
I had her on the show before.
We had her on the show before.
Asar did.
No, Asar did. You know the white one, we be looking at her video, she be talking about the Nubians and the Egyptians.
Oh yeah, she lethal. I've been told y'all she smashed some white boy.
Yeah. She put the nail in the coffin. I'm done. We won that conversation. We got a PhD. Yeah,
he played one of her videos.
He played one of her videos.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell y'all, like that old white boy shit from back in the day where they thought Africa was the black continent, and then when they saying light Africa, them niggas ain't African, they different. Yeah, them days over with. Africa, what they call it, Leo Africanus, where he writes the treaties. He's the foremost authority on North African history, where he makes sub-Saharan African and when he spit everybody up. Yeah, them days over, man.
I was doing a victory lap here, Unc. I even put it in the Facebook chat. I said, Unc, we got him. That's it.
No,
more
but no, we
conversation.
can't do that.
I'm not listening to you, Chef. I don't
North
care if you're the
Africans
source.
share most of their affinities to
I
Southern
don't care
Europeans
if
and
you-
people in the
No,
Levant. Like,
no,
what are
they
we?
don't.
Man,
No, they don't.
North Africans spend 7,000-8,000 years, yo, in the Sahara, yo, mixing with other phenotypes, bro.
Ain't nobody saying they didn't, but their affinities are
No.
more aligned to people in Southern Europe. We read the studies.
Hold on,
Look,
you're
so-
African American. We ain't never seen them studies yet.
Yes, we did. Oh
Which
my
studies?
God. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now it's based. So y'all saying that North Africans don't, they basically the same as Arabs.
I'm
I'm
saying
saying everything the PhD said.
Egyptian is different.
Huh?
I'm saying Egyptian. Who we got? Hold on, we got a Doom Dada. I'm done. We ain't gonna do that.
Dundada, man. Dundada.
Now I'm playing with
Dandada.
you. Dun Dada. We ready.
Dada.
Cool.
Oh man, y'all was having a good conversation, man. Don't let me interrupt y'all. Y'all can go ahead.
No, we're not gonna do it. We just want to say how you
No.
Y'all
We
can go
just
ahead,
taking,
man.
Ankh and I are taking our victory lap.
Oh,
We're
say-
not listening to the source. Chevron is the source. We're not listening to the source. We're
No,
taking
we're
our
gonna take the
victory
call,
lap.
man. We're just gonna take the call, man. Dun Dada, what's up? What's on your mind, man?
Nothing, man. I was just calling in to say, yo, I appreciate you guys what y'all doing, man. I was giving Sheffrin a little bit of hell when he was in the chat and stuff. But it's a good conversation in the chat, and I see why he do like the chat. But what I do would recognize about the platform is when you do those shows and stuff, like each segment that y'all do or topic, when y'all put the sources, y'all have it like itemized or something. Because sometimes when I be listening, it'd be 5 hours, and I'd be like, I'm trying to figure out what the hell do I
part
need to
you-
listen
right.
to. You feel me?
Oh, you mean
So-
put in the thing? We can do that. Put the timestamp in the source.
Yeah, man, because timestamps with sources, because it could eliminate a lot of like me filtering through a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah, you right. But we want you
Yeah.
stuck for 3 hours, goddammit.
There wasn't no shortcut, man. You might miss something.
Y'all, man, no shortcut to religion.
Only on long rides I'll deal with it. But when I'm short time, I got to figure out what I'm looking at and what I'm listening to. But y'all always bring the pain, and I love the pressure that y'all putting on these people, man. Trust me, because I follow you on Facebook as well. So trust me, everything that y'all give me, I'll be like, okay, let me read up on this, and I'll be beating them in the head too. And they don't have no answers. And they always get what you say, the fin flam bim blam. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, I appreciate what y'all doing, man. Just keep doing what y'all doing. Don't stop and just keep rocking, man.
Nah, man, I appreciate you calling in, man, giving that support, man. And we're gonna keep doing with the pseudo killers. And hopefully it'll spread like a damn virus, man. You see Tahaka over there beating them clowns up.
He turned into a pseudo killer this week.
Turn to a pseudo killer, yo.
Hey, Sheffrin, you got the official like that pseudo like kind of like that frame right there. It's like breaking news and shit. And I was like, man, this shit look real.
Yeah, that shit do be looking good.
I was like,
as
damn,
hell.
this shit look
Yeah,
real.
Chevron got us
Yeah, I said I may
fine.
have one or too many drinks over here.
Hey, yeah, we fucked up one day. I'm like, is that a real ticket? Then I read, I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, that shit. The students are being hunted down and shit. I was like,
Hunted down.
yeah, we fucked up one day with that shit.
Hunting them down. But
But
we
yeah,
gonna
man.
get the whole show going like this.
But this is one of
We're
the
gonna
best.
work it out.
Yeah, this is one of the best platforms that I've been on. I listen to all you guys. I listen to all you points, and I agree with actually all you guys. So just keep doing what you're doing, man. Trust me. And
Yeah. What's
between
up?
me and you Marines, right?
Yeah, I was ex-Marine, yo.
Yeah. So I'm Army. So we already got that shit going, right?
We got that shit going.
Army Marines, yo. You eat crayons, yo. We just shoot people. That's all we do.
I'm a SEAL.
It's all good though, man. I appreciate your service as well. Keep doing what you're doing and just keep rocking, man. I'm gonna
That's
tap
what's
out.
up. That's what's
What
up.
kind of seal, Chef? A fur seal? A lion seal?
No, Navy SEAL.
Navy SEAL, yo.
Oh, you
Navy
blue?
SEAL, expert in explosives, hand-to-hand combat, close quarter combat,
I know
melee
what a
weapons,
I know
all
what a
of it.
Navy SEAL is. I know what a Navy SEAL is.
You know what's crazy, yo? And I think back, yo, when I was 18, man, when I got out of high school, man, and went to the Marines, man, that was actually the hardest thing in my life that I ever did. Yo, I had never, the next hardest thing probably that kind of matched that was being strung out on drugs, trying, fighting to get off of drugs. So they
the discipline thing.
So to get off of drugs, yo, I had a platform.
You had to become a Marine again.
Yeah, I had to be a Marine again, yo, and get down in the dirt. That's deep.
Mm-hmm.
But that training right there, yo, was the basic training, yo. From 3 months, yo, in Paris Island, yo. That discipline I gained, it's another level out there of thinking, man. And I'm just saying, yo, that was the hardest thing I ever had to conquer in my life. That and getting off of drugs. And I used that experience to be able to get off of drugs, yo. The ultimate discipline, right? How about standing up for 3 hours and not be able to scratch your arm in the middle of sand fleas biting you, yo. You had to, you know what I'm saying? You had to take, your mind couldn't be with you. I used to have to remove my mind from the situation.
Yeah.
My body there, yo, like that's discipline right there.
Martial arts did that for me. I started fighting at 16, and yeah, you would stand in the ring, the referee is right next to you. I can't hear a word that he's saying. My coach is in the corner, and I hear everything that man is saying out in a whisper. Left hook, right cross, block the low kick. But I can't hear the referee. Man, your mind goes into a different place. You get a level of discipline that takes you through life. Yeah, that discipline, yeah.
Well, I just want to pass that on to y'all, man, and say, man, you can discipline yourself to get scientific literacy, man. That's essential for our survivability as African Americans, man. And to pass that on to the next generation, we're not gonna make it, right? The information age is too crazy. It's too much information, man. You need to have a valuable platform, right? You need to get that scientifically literate vaccine. If there is no other way to make it through this minefield, everything we talk about, we just was right. Because we didn't talk about stuff from us, we actually talked about the experts, right? We send you to the experts. We're science advocates. Cedric's the only goddamn scientist on here. You know what I'm saying? But with the rest of us are advocates. We advocate science and science. We don't claim to be the experts. We never play that game. We never claim that. So that's why we can weed it. Even when Crazy Chef put the picture up that got me with the Bill Palsy, yo, I was like, oh my God, they're gonna give us the Joker smile of the vaccine. Yeah, that, when I was getting that shot in my arm, I was like, man, I hope my face don't change. Yeah. I mean, so we here.
Yeah. I'm a biochemist. Yeah. I was taking that vaccine and I was thinking, man, you better don't pass out. You better, man, if Cedric falls down from this vaccine, it's over. Oh shit. So yeah, be human.
I can feel. Hey, we got Qube in the building. Yo, you got 3 minutes. What's going on, Qube?
Kill him, Qube.
Hey, bro, I don't want to waste my.
I've seen him kill niggas in less.
I'll hold off. I don't want to waste my.
I've seen him kill niggas in less. You don't know you fucking with, right?
You give Qube 3 minutes. We all gonna be dead.
Oh, you 60 seconds, nigga.
I'm not gonna waste my 3 minutes on this shit. I got something else. So I'm gonna chill until I can.
All right, so cool. Hold on. Let me say this. So we have 2 conversations going. We dealt with because I like to keep y'all abreast of the different things that we talk about, because we go into a whole bunch of different things. Earlier this week, man, Unc talked about the Dark Ages, right? Hold on. Yeah, earlier this week, man, Unc had talked about the Dark Ages. Then today, we got into a good conversation about evolutionary psychology. Mm-hmm. Was that what we was talking about?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so Sosa and Unc was going back and forth, making some excellent points on, religion, whether religion was innate, right? Or Well, how was you saying this?
Is
So go ahead.
is
Is it a
evolution
byproduct, or does it come about through natural selection or social selection, so forth?
Right. And Unc was saying Sosa was having a problem with Unc using the term hijack, which I feel like is the perfect word for that, you know what I mean, for what was happening with religion. But Sosa was taking a stance against using the word hijack, because there's another school of thought that say that, you know, is just as natural. Religion was going to happen naturally anyway. So I mean,
see, but and Sosa's
But
point was
hold on, Chef. Do you disagree with the course of religion that it was gonna happen naturally? You didn't get into that.
No, I mean, I both things could be true.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with. As a matter of fact, if I got off the phone, I don't actually have a problem with it. Wasn't go because
the brain has to develop. Like when you don't know, you develop through those stages, right? So now we at a stage where it seems like we're about to shake religion off.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
What's gonna happen though? The mind is believing.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so a byproduct of believing is religion, folklore, and always example.
Tell you what, pull up
Don't cut me. Don't cut my whistle. Don't cut my whistle. I'm saying that a 3-year-old child will have a make-believe friend. Right now, while we having this conversation, while people are listening to this conversation, they're thinking about other conversations they had early in the day. All this is set up for a goddamn God. Let me run it to you real slow. A 3-year-old will make up a make-believe friend. He will talk to him, everything. Boom. Right now, while we're having these conversations, right now, y'all can actually see the person that you was having a conversation with early in the week. Boom. These two ideas that I just put forward is the breeding place for God. Why? Because God is a person you can talk to. He doesn't even have to be there. Your mind is already your mind is already configured to be able to remember conversations with a person that you had that's not even there. You can actually see a person that you had a conversation with 3 weeks ago. So your mind is set up for God. All you gotta do is remove that little best friend, invisible friend, give him a title, Yahweh Elohim. That conversation that you had with your friend, call him Yahweh Elohim. Voila. But go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Pull up the evolutionary psychology of religion, and let's look at what it says, so we can get an understanding of what the argument that I'm making and the argument that you're making, so it can be clarity.
So can we do that next show? Because we about.
All right, yeah, we do it next show. Yeah,
we'll end it right there. Right, the next show we will be up on that. I already got the work. He ain't got no homework. He talking shit.
I got like we.
Nah, I don't believe you.
Hold on.
Listen,
Hold on.
before you,
y'all about to end the show?
Listen, before you even mention evolutionary psychology, I'm years into the study. When I came into Real Black Atheists, I used to tell you that's what I'm into. I say, yo, my favorite shit is psychology. That's why I be trying to tell you, like, just keep reading. You don't. I be telling you, like, you only have one tool of thought.
I don't like that tone. I don't like that tone.
Yeah, because you don't have the other side of it.
You don't got the other side, yo. He trying to tell you.
You don't have the other side of the argument.
You read one side and got happy.
Yeah, he underestimated.
No. Look, you only played 2 quarters and got happy. You thought you won.
I'm up 50 to nothing, yo. We ain't got number 5 minutes left, yo. You ain't coming back, yo.
Hey, hold on. Hey, y'all about to end the show? Hey, real quick, y'all about to end the show?
Yeah. Do your thing, Qube. Do your thing.
No, I was asking, are you guys about to end the show?
Yes.
Why you got? Go ahead, speak your piece, Qube.
That's why you don't hit Qube. Because we can't get it in the middle of the damn show. You fuck it up.
Nah, I know niggas like to let me bring it in, you know what I'm saying, or take it out, or in the 4th quarter or whatever, and I slam dunk. But, you know, I'm not trying to slam dunk on you today. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let you live a little bit.
So, no, what's your take on it, though, Qube? Go ahead. Because, you know, you got the whole philosophy thing. You be rocking that shit. Go ahead, kill it.
Nah, but what's my take on what? I just heard a small piece of what
I let to do it.
Whether religion is was naturally going You know what I mean?
Is it a natural adaptation that has a evolutionary purpose versus a byproduct? See what I'm saying?
Well, but see, it's actually kind of both. And the way how you say it, you leave room open for it to be both. Because is it a natural evolution? Yes. But is it also a byproduct of our evolution? Yes. So the way how you say it, I have to say that it's both.
What?
No, but the argument
I agree with that.
Yeah, that's what I was telling. If he look at next time we'll pull it up so you can see the
Man, listen, man. I'm gonna say this one last time, man. The brain is designed to believe.
Yo, why you just cut me off, bro?
More often.
Why you just cut me off?
Because I didn't believe. I thought you was finished, Qube.
I thought you was finished too. Yeah.
Come on, man.
Nah, I know. I just
you can't really have the discussion though. You can't have the discussion until you look up the evolutionary psychology of religion, so you can see both arguments, so you can fully understand both arguments.
I'm gonna stay quiet on that point because you're making a valid point there, Sosa. I need to read that.
Chef, just start a new show real quick, man. For probably about an hour. Just start a new show so we can deal with some of these other topics.
All right.
Other topics.
Qube, what you want to talk about, Qube? See if it's worthy of stuff.
I want to talk about this conversation. Like, this is in my wheelhouse. I'd rather talk about this, like the vaccines. Like, that's y'all shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't get into that.
Are you vaccinated?
Of course, I've been vaccinated for like 3 months. The first time it was available in North Carolina, I got it.
That's right. See, I'm with you, Qube. I ain't need a whole long conversation to get vaccinated. You know what I mean? I ain't had to read 3,000 studies in order for me to get vaccinated.
But Chef, you are the source, Chef.
Exactly.
You don't need to read shit. You are the source.
But see, check it though. Even last week when Uncle said, I knew when he was talking about being icky and shit, and I was just saying put icky on the show. Bro, these brothers, him and the nigga Sean, like these niggas really put me up on game and actually gave me talking points to talk to family members. So like I would never like disavow or shit on them for that. But that other shit they be talking, I really don't fuck with. But like, yeah, like these niggas is official when it comes to that. And I will always give them the props.
Appreciate that, yo.
Yeah, that's 100. But that's 100. That's 100. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit, with the air horns. No doubt.
Bop, 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 bop.
The Belief Factory.
Yeah, we need that show.
We're gonna start a new show. This was the vaccine show. Let's get into
I need to read psychology.
Let's do a new show on that.
Stuff what Sosa is talking about, because he made a couple of valid points with regards to burials and stuff like that, which are aspects I need to now figure out. Are they aspects of religion or the aspects of belief?
And it serves. Unc gave you the reason. See, most things have a practical reason before they have a religious reason, right?
Again,
go ahead.
So that's why I need to do a little research on Sosa's standpoint, because I'm saying, and this is where I get stuck. From the time we use this natural thing, which we all agree we evolve with, which is belief, when it is now structured for a whole society based on the ideas of a few.
That's a whole show for tomorrow, man.
Hold on, let me ask y'all this. Are y'all familiar with Albert Churchward?
Yeah, nigga.
All right, well.
Brilliant scientist.
Yeah.
Agree with Charles Darwin that
his
Charles
book.
Darwin would take
but hold on. Hey, chef, you can't just start a new show real quick?
Yeah, definitely. But let me get this point out. The Albert Churchward, he wrote a book called Signs and Symbols of Primordial Man.
No, signs and symbols.
Primordial, yeah.
What is it?
Primordial signs and symbols.
Signs and Symbols of Primordial Man. I'm saying it right.
You're right. My fault.
Right, I got the book.
That's the book.
Yeah. Now, in this book, right, he goes through the development of religion, right? Yeah. From looking at the signs, right, and symbols of, ancient cultures and how it came down to us. Man, like he explained, like if this dude was right, if he was halfway right, you know what I mean, about what he was saying, I think I'll understand it. You know what I mean? If he was halfway right. Because the way that he put, and even Count Volney dealt with it a little bit in Ruins of Empire. If you read the beginning of Ruins of Empire by Count Volney, he deal with the origin of our modern religion from the ancient cultures. Like, so it's kind of, and now these are old works. This was before we understood the psychology that we understand today. But just looking at it culturally, I think they did a good job in showing, the origin of religious thought and how it came.
Hey, and this explanation, right? Is he saying that it was the purpose of it was for cohesion, right?
No, they were saying it was basically ignorance. You know what I mean? It was man stumbling through a world that he was trying to understand.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
But what was why?
And then that was both of their conclusions.
What was his argument for why? Either why it stayed around so long?
Man,
like, why was it? What like did he have an argument for? Was it
because of pragmatism?
I'm saying, did he have an argument?
No, because it served the purpose. All right, let me say this.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so
it served the function in society, right? It was so well melded, right, into ancient society that succeeding societies would use aspects of religion too. So it evolved with society, like right alongside of it, right?
Exactly.
Like the institutions that we hold dear. But then even when Unc talk about it, he's saying the same thing.
But hold on. Let me ask this question though. See, this is where I begin to diverge. And if I'm diverging incorrectly, I want to know this. So, you still there?
I'm right here, brother.
All right. So when you begin to bring in your real black atheism, like what the fuck is that, and how do you then?
He made it up, Qube.
No. Listen. Listen. Hold on. Let me make this clear. I'll never again. Listen. Every single word that we use, everything that we do is all made the fuck up.
Right.
Outside of science that we can show and prove, everything is made the fuck up. So I would never bang on him for making something up. But what we do have to understand
not logical is what you're saying.
But hold on, no, I'm not saying
it got flawed.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is everything that we make up, it has something to do with the natural world. So Unc saw something in the natural world, and he attributed that to something that he calls real black atheism. So I'm not banging on him for that. But what I'm asking is, how does that parallel to where atheism was during these times?
Nah, you can't.
It's an aspect of atheism.
May I, Unc?
No, you gotta let
Well, hold on. I'm asking Unc.
Gotta get Unc.
Hold on. If you wanna
let me answer for Unc. I think I can. No, go ahead.
No, if you want to piggyback after him, then
no,
go ahead,
he can handle himself.
Let me say this: real black atheism was like a in between, a blanket, so that you could still keep your little Africa, all right, and gradually mature to the point where you could realize that even people in Africa are the inventors of God out of their minds. So it was a nice little transition where you just leave Africa alone and beat on the monotheistic religion. So it was a into it. Now, as you watch real black atheism, it has evolved to just black people just not believing that shit. So it has evolved over time, but I had to gradually work you into it because I realized I was in an environment where everybody thought they didn't believe, but they all fucking believed. They went from Christianity to believing totally in pseudoisms and mysticisms, the whole 9 yards. I knew that. To black people swear we the most spiritual, even when you Christians, you out Jesus Christ, out Muhammad. Knew that was going to be a factor. Now we the most spiritual with the rocks and mix it all in. So I knew all that shit was at play. I couldn't just come out and say, I don't believe none of that shit back then. So I had to write the joint. I wrote the joint right here, yo. It's to ease your way into it, yo. You read it. It's giving you the ability to still love Africa, because people think because you don't believe in their gods, you don't love Africa. That's a misconception, man. I love the way they constructed their gods. I love the way they did their ideas. So that I don't have to believe it though. But anyway, that just to answer the question, very simple. It was a mechanism to allow us to ease our way into the space of where we at.
So you gave niggas, so niggas was eating chicken and you told them it was ribs. So therefore they can eat it and not know that they was eating ribs. I don't know. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like me personally,
I think you looking for an argument now.
No.
Listen.
I swear to God. I swear to God, I'm not.
Because he explained it perfectly what he did. Like
you know, hey, you know, Qube, because he don't believe in God. And he already swearing to God. Nigga lying, bro.
like he telling you, he trying to tell you that from his study, right? He still had affinity towards African shit. And he didn't want to kill Africa along with everything else. And you see what I'm saying?
No, I see what you're saying, but my issue arises when you're calling chicken ribs and it's not.
You got all white. So why are white people allowed to have 30 different types of atheism, and we can't have that's crazy.
See, this is the thing. If I was talking about white people,
I'm making a point. Am I wrong though?
You gotta let me respond.
Qube, your analogy
you have to
is
let
wrong.
me respond. If I was talking about white people, then that would be valid. But I'm not talking about white people. I'm talking about you and what you invented.
Qube, your analogy is wrong. What you're doing is you're comparing, making the statement seem as if we're moving from one extreme to the next by changing animals. What we're doing is we're moving from from New York tenderloin steak to filet mignon. We're still on the same
That's not true
cow.
because he just said that he's okay with niggas having their own religion. That's not true.
No, that's what he what he said was first of all, when Ang said real black atheists, he always gave a hint what he meant, because he's always said spookism is spookism. Number one.
Okay. You know what?
However,
how about
embrace.
This? How about this? And I don't mean to cut you off. It'll make it easier for me if I can ask him questions to where that I can understand what he was saying. So, were you trying to get black people out of Christianity? Yes or no?
Yeah, I said the state-sponsored religion that sponsored slavery. Islam, Judaism, Christianity sponsored slavery. God never put a treaties against slavery. It actually showed.
Okay, hold on. I'm not asking for all of that, but you said yes, you were trying.
Man, I'm not asking for all that. That's the damn answer. I said yeah, and I explained the answer.
Well, no, I got you, brother. So, what was real black atheism doing to pull people out of that? If you then subsequently say, hey, they can still stay in their religion.
Man, you gotta read, dog. Like you ain't know that the Greek philosophers, was considered atheists, but they wasn't, my nigga.
Brother, I'm not talking about the Greeks, I'm talking about you.
No, I'm saying, but that is based off of that. It's based off of that.
Okay, but let's talk about you. Like, what's the need for me to talk about these other things when I'm talking to you, the originator?
You almost get me mad because you ask me something and I tell you the shit I pulled from, and then you saying you ain't talking about that, you talking about me. Well, it was me that read the Greek philosophers and realized that they were actually called atheists, but they wasn't, my nigga. The Christians was called atheists by all the Muslims. So then I realized, I had an epiphany that a nigga can be an atheist against Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, but not a fucking atheist against his own shit. Like, how you don't get that? Like, you're frustrated. I'm just playing with you, but that's really what it is.
Well, see, the reason I don't get it is because of your pseudo beginnings in what you're saying now. That's why I don't get it.
Pseudo. You didn't know. You didn't know that Muslims called Christians atheists because the Christians didn't believe in Allah. You didn't know that was possible.
Brother, I did know that, and I do understand what you're trying to say.
I never call no Christians atheists.
Yeah, they
No,
did.
they were. That's what I'm saying. Like, I do understand what he's saying, but his pseudo beginnings is now spilling over into what he's talking about now, which he doesn't want to answer properly.
I don't know if you want me to get the answer, yo. At this point, I include everything. I don't believe in none of that.
Okay, but
call
okay,
them
listen.
atheists, though. I'm
But
lost.
listen.
Y'all
The reason
lost me.
He's saying atheist.
You say who called the Christian atheist?
Muslims never call Christians atheists.
Oh, not Muslims. I don't know if it was Muslim. I think it was.
No. He was talking about the government
Roman.
or the ruling party. That's really what he's saying is the ruling party.
It was the Romans. I think it was Romans did, right?
Yeah. He's just talking about the ruling
Even
party.
Romans
I get what he's
agree.
saying.
Even Roman. I think it was Romans.
Nah, man. Look, man. God damn. I feel like
It was the Romans. It was.
Either Romans. Yeah.
No, man. I can tell, man. Come on, yo. We gotta read for real, yo.
But it wasn't the Romans.
Why are you asking me to read when I'm asking you
It
questions?
wasn't the Romans.
Something
Wasn't the Romans
verbalized?
that called the Christian atheists?
I want to talk to you. Yeah, yo. Watch this. It's right here in the history. You can look at the history of atheism. And
It's the first problem right there. It's the pseudoisms that you're entrenched in. Why are you looking on a Wikipedia page about the beginnings of atheism? That's part of your problem, bro.
There's nothing wrong with the encyclopedia, nigga. You ain't better than, you can't beat Wikipedia. What are you talking about?
Yeah, bro. Yes, I can, bro. And that's part of your problem once again.
No, you can't. You cannot get around Wikipedia. You can't. Get around.
Yeah, what we looking for, the beginning of atheism or who called Christians atheists? Because I got me confused now.
This is why I come on at the end of the show and slam dunk. Because you don't know what you're talking about. It sounds good, but you don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Why don't you just source it up, though? Don't talk me to death, slick. I got my source.
I'm confused. Like, I'm trying to figure out where y'all at. Like, what we sourcing so I can be on point. What are we sourcing?
He's saying, I don't know. He's just talking. Nobody never know what the hell he's talking about. That's why we wait to the end.
What are we looking for? Like, what's the
hell knows?
Bro, listen, he's about to source up something that he just made up. Remember, he made up real black atheism. So now he's about to source something that he made up. Go ahead, do your best.
Source up what? Like,
do you realize that I put together stuff based off of real information, yo? You don't understand that to be possible, yo? This point, I think he's a babbling idiot. I'm gonna call you that.
Bro, I just told Chef that I agree with you because you had Christians who were called atheists. So I do understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, but Muslims never call Christian atheists.
Oh, no.
They called them kafirs or infidels, right? Because they didn't subscribe to the tenets of Islam.
Yeah, right. We would agree with that.
Yeah, but they never called them atheists because they acknowledge that Christians and Jews and Hindus and people in Iran,
Zoroastrianism.
But when he said,
all believe in God, but
when he said that, I understood that he misspoke. That's why I didn't like delve into it. So I understood where he was coming from. So I'm not like hanging on every word. I understand what the brother's trying to say. So I'm not hanging on every word. I understand what he was trying to say.
I'm saying I just don't got the source right this minute, but I got it.
I know you don't, and you won't ever have it, and it's fine.
Source for what? Y'all got me confused.
Yeah, what you looking for a source for?
Exactly.
I told you I am the source.
Yeah, we got Chef right here.
Right, you got me right here. Ask me. What would you ask Google or Wikipedia for when you got me sitting right here?
Right.
This is getting downright disrespectful.
Yeah, this is.
This is the dysfunction. He wants to prove me bad so much that he's looking for a source that doesn't exist, where he can just ask you a question and you can, fill him in on some details that he's not aware of.
Let me do this real quick. Qube, what the hell are you talking about, Qube?
I'm confused. What
are you talking about? Yeah,
he's saying your atheism doesn't make sense.
Okay, so why does it make sense, Qube? Because you the only one don't know if you're an atheist yet. So why don't it make sense? You're the guy are you an atheist yet, Qube?
Brother, yes, I am.
Since when? When we didn't get that memo, my nigga.
I'm born again.
Let me help you out. I'm an atheist, but I'm a local.
When did you realize that? What moment in time? What drink did you take to make you say, "Oh, I'm an atheist today"? Because you wasn't that. So what are you?
I'm an atheist backslider.
Brother, listen. Let's listen. I'm trying to talk to you, brother, but I know you want to make jokes and stuff like that, and I get it. And I ain't even mad at you.
Where you at? Where are you at? You talking about my thing? My thing is I don't believe none of that, so I don't know why that's hard to understand.
Okay, so why would you write a book? Why would you write a book accepting other religions and then entrenching yourself, so-called entrenching?
That's not what happened.
Bro, why are you cutting me off? I don't get it, bro.
Oh, man, because you making up shit. I gotta get you. Ken, did you talk that when you making up shit?
The book ain't about religion.
So when I repeat the words back to you, I'm making up stuff.
All right, man, let me read this. Can I read the book then, my nigga?
So now you want to cut me off for getting to read a long soliloquy about something that we're probably not even talking about. But go ahead, bro.
It's in my book, you crazy ass nigga. Don't tell me I wrote a book, and now I wrote the book. I can't expound on my. Do you not know?
If you're not reading the foreword, nobody cares.
Listen, man, there are plenty books, right, where you can see the progression in the author, in the scientist. So this is me. This is my progression, and I'm telling you why I did it. It's a method to the madness, bro. I know why I did it. I didn't want to go super hard out the gate. I wanted to give people a chance, yo. I wanted to work their way out of 3 monotheistic religions, and then I would put together, get a group of people that I felt like thought like I thought, and then we just go straight bananas on their motherfuckers ass. We don't believe none of that shit. So you looking at the full circle as the Raw squad, they was good with going against the state-sponsored religion, but when it came to ape, they didn't want to do that, bro. So I ain't a dumb nigga. I'm way smarter than you give me credit for. So the Raw squad, they don't even accept the word atheist, but they do not believe in the state-sponsored religions at all. They don't believe in none of them. But let me finish. But when it comes to Africa, they accept them based off of their explanation, which I always think is bananas, because they still end up not believing in it. So, but it's dope though. But over here, yo, we just comfortable with saying we don't believe none of that. We believe that human beings have the propensity to believe in shit that ain't real.
Okay, so what you did was you tried to replace their religion. What you tried to do is replace their religion with another religion until you can give them their religion.
So this is what we doing. We out of here right now because now you sound stupid. I ain't getting nobody no damn religion. You're stupid. You're just being cute right now.
Bro, why do you have to go to the ad hominems instead of addressing what I'm actually talking about?
Not because I don't even understand what you're saying. You gonna say I made a whole religion of not believing?
Bro, listen. Hey, listen. How long have you had that problem? That's not my problem. What I'm saying is you created a religion.
I'm about 1 minute left of taking the drunken monkey.
He said you made a religion.
Go ahead.
So
he got me confused. He got me
You're
confused.
a cult
too,
leader
like,
now.
I'm trying to figure out.
So hold on. Hey, are y'all listening to this? I'm drunk now because I'm asking him questions about something that he created.
Wait,
I'm
trying to figure out. So listen, because I'm confused too. Like, okay, so you have a problem with real black atheism because what? Let's go ahead.
So I come up with it.
So I get your argument.
You really hate you because you ain't come up with it.
Okay.
No, but let me just hear. Like, why do you? So you think he is something that should? You think it's something that should be thrown out? Like why? Or do you think it's something you should add to it? Like give me
Hey, listen.
some meat on the bones for me. So I can.
Listen, this is something.
Qube added this part. Go ahead, Qube.
This is something that this brother created.
All right.
I have no problem with bigging him up if he's talking about atheism. But this shit, as he just said, it's not atheism. This is just some shit that he created because of whatever the fuck. I get all of that. I ain't mad at that.
Right.
But my question is two-tiered. Number one, why would you use atheism? And then two, why would you try to replace their religion? Like, I'm trying to figure this shit out.
All right, so let me read this. In Western classical antiquity, theism was the fundamental belief that supported the legitimacy of the state. It said historically, any person who did not believe in any deity supported by the state was fair game to accusations of atheism, a capital crime. Charges of atheism, meaning any subversion to religion, were often used similarly to charge of heresy and impiety as a political tool to eliminate enemies. Christians were widely reviled as atheists because they did not believe in the existence of the Roman gods. So that little thing I just read to you is how I recognize that, dude, that you can be an African, thoroughly entrenched in Africa, but not believe in the gods sponsored by the states of Islam, Judaism, and Christianity, bro. That's very simple. And if you can't understand it, sometimes those simplicity will kill you dead, bro. That's all I was doing. Anything else you add to trying to replace, I didn't even think of that till you just said it, bro. My thing was simple. Let me get these black people off of the state-sponsored religions, and I'm still to this day not mad if you practice a traditional African religion. I'd rather you do that than practice Islam, Christianity, and Judaism based off of the fact that it supported slavery, bro. That's all it was. It wasn't no grand super take 20 years to figure it out, dude. It was an epiphany for me. Just say, yo, you just didn't do it. That's why you hate. Right now, I'm feeling like I'm smelling you. I'm smelling like you hating a little bit, Qube. That's simple. Everybody can understand that. That's just not complex. It's very, very simplistic. The explanation is very simple. You just complicated right now because it's 12 o'clock and you're drinking Jim Beam, and I know you are.
Joe said,
okay, great. I'm glad he's done with that. So now I can respond. Thank you so much.
Are you drinking Jim Beam though? I'm not. Are you drinking Jim Beam? What you drinking? Tell the truth.
Nah, man. Nah, I don't drink Jim Beam, man.
What you drink?
I'm a Crown Royal. Hey, I'm a Crown Royal kind of guy. I don't fuck with Jim Beam.
All right, so you sipping on Crown right by now. All right, man.
Bro, but brother, I got off work too late to even hit the fucking liquor store, so that ain't even happening. I'm just letting you know right now.
The liquor store closed already. Where the hell you live at?
Bro, I live in North Carolina, bro.
Oh,
are you on the phone?
That shit cool. Yeah, the liquor store is. I'm originally from Miami, Florida, where they open 24 hours a day. Right. So I'm just saying, like, I don't fuck with it. I don't mess with it like that as much as he trying to say, but I'm gonna let him have that.
Hey, Qube. So what's that not to understand though, yo? Like,
yeah, okay.
So you saying that people that you do know that there were people who didn't believe in the state-sponsored religions though, and they was called atheists for that. Like, if your mother, if you don't believe in God, the state-sponsored God, your whole family call you atheist. Even if you say, yo, Abatala, Shango, they still consider you an atheist. Am I tripping over here or what? Come on, Qube.
Yeah, you tripping all over your feet. And if you give me the opportunity to speak, I'll show you how. So on one hand, what you're saying is you want to get people out of the, quote, state-sponsored religions, unquote. But then you're okay with them following these African religions that still put them into the same mindset. So now let's take a trip through the conscious community to where people believe.
Can you just hold on? What? But why did I say I did that? It was a transitional stage. Did you know?
Can I finish though?
No, but I can't. But no, you can't.
Oh, okay.
I want you to know that I said it was a transition to what, Qube?
So we're gonna take a person who was
transition. I gave him options, my nigga.
Okay, so we're gonna take a person that was shooting heroin and we're gonna give him meth. Then after that, we expect them to get clean. Is that what you're telling me?
And that works.
So you take issue with the fact. So you felt like so basically you're saying you felt like he should have extended that to even African religion.
No, listen. I don't listen. If this brother decided to do what he wanted to do,
but I'm saying, but you have your contention is with the fact that he included African religion. You feel like that is a negative because that's what you call replacing heroin with meth.
Right. It's bullshit to me. Like me personally, that makes no sense.
You take issue with that. Yeah. So you take issue with the part that he's still. Yeah. So
but listen,
saying no, that's not it. That's exactly what it is.
No. I'm saying yes. Like that is not atheism. Like how do you get to the point to where you take off weed and then put on the plate, you put coke for a nigga to sniff? Like, hey, it's better than weed or like whatever.
But in the context of how you were using atheism as going against a state-sponsored religion, that in fact would be atheism in the context I was using.
No, it's not. Listen, hold on. Let me try to.
No, I'm talking about his definition for atheism.
Yeah, but we're off of his definition because his definition is incoherent and it makes no sense. So now let's.
What follows the eighth province is the theist. What's the theist? The monotheist. We read the paper, yo. We gave you the paper. You refused to read it. What more do you want me to do? What I am going to do is I'm gonna end this show. I'm getting off here at this point. You got your drunken monkey in real quick. It's all good. You don't understand it. We'll just start tomorrow. We'll bring you in to finish this discourse. Appreciate it.
We can do the evolutionary psychology of religion tomorrow. We'll do that.
Hey Chef, you going live, man, so I can talk about this, bro.
I'm saying you just don't. I mean, come on, yo. Like, I don't need you to give me a break on it, yo.
Bro, you can leave if Chef's about to go live. You can leave.
It's but we ain't gonna, it's Unc defending real black atheists. That's his argument.
There ain't nobody else.
I can't defend his stance.
But listen. If we start a new show, I won't even have to talk about real black atheism. But it's clear he doesn't want to talk to me about it because he doesn't want to.
Because he explained it.
I explained. I'm just trying to run this show for 10 hours dealing with you. Yo, come on, yo.
He explained it. He don't have no more he don't have no more nothing else. Like either you, if you don't agree with it, if you think he made an error, he's accepting all of that.
Yeah, come on.
He not even.
But hold on, but I'm not saying that though. But you guys have to understand this. I agree that this is something he made the fuck up. Okay. Listen, how many niggas make up words every effing day?
Like a gap. What's a gap?
Yeah, and guess what? Sometimes it catches on, sometimes it don't catch on. Niggas will use it, niggas won't use it. And that's just what it is. I'm not hating on what he made up. I'm not hating on that. Hey, that's you, bro. Shit, sell your books. Hey, matter of fact, put it in a joint. I'll cop one right now if it's less than $2.99. I'll cop one.
Let me help you out. Introduction to real black atheism. My interest in real black atheism was magnified after joining the group Real Black Atheists of Atlanta. The group was an excellent platform for individuals interested in traditional African cultures as a means of networking, sharing, and educating each other on African-centered atheism. Around that time, I also joined Black Atheist Group, thinking the group would also allow me to connect the people who shared my same beliefs. However, as I became more acquainted with some of the group members, it became more and more apparent that, like European atheists, Black atheists also refused to acknowledge that nature was the fundamentally African spiritual systems, which it is. It's in that book, Primordial Signs and Symbols. Don't it say the progression of it starts out with nature did it get away? Don't it say that?
Facts.
All right, now hold on, let me finish. It say, like European atheists, Black atheists refuse to acknowledge the ancient wisdom of our culture and the reality that God was a manifestation of nature and comes out in the minds of men. So I'm saying is, I was wondering why people was calling themselves Black atheists, but refused to recognize that they was actually Black and came from Africa. Like that, I couldn't understand. So this was awesome, I think. It say, in many ways, Black atheist groups was worse than some white atheist groups because they not only rejected nature, they also rejected the validity of RBA. It say, of course, the failure to acknowledge the validity of RBA as an African paradigm is directly correlated with religious indoctrination in community. You doing the same thing they did. You're not respecting RBA. You don't want to hear it. You're doing the same thing they did. But when they say soft atheists, hard atheists, you rocks with all that. But when I say real Black atheism, you had a problem with that. I don't understand it, bro. It says, so I was forced to
hold on, brother. Can I understand what some of the stuff you said?
Distributed, but what's apparent is both atheists and theists regard RBA as an invalid premise and reject the notion that there are differences between atheism and real Black atheism. Given this, I decided to publish this pamphlet to explain the meaning of RBA and reestablish the importance of restoration of our culture. So, bro, just because I don't believe it and I'm an atheist, that don't mean I'm not trying to restore African culture. You don't see, I wasn't trying to read it, bro, because I know it included you. You're the guy, is why I wrote this, because y'all routinely bash African culture. Duh, you don't find Europeans bashing European culture, right? Just because I don't believe in the gods don't mean I can't respect the minds that invented the gods. See, you tripping. So with that, yo, I'm out of here. You want to get the last word, Qube? I'm gonna give you the last word so you don't think I'm tripping. Qube, take the last word and we out of here, man. Appreciate everybody coming through. Appreciate y'all listening to the show, man. And look, man, we're gonna be back at it tomorrow. That's for damn sure. Go ahead, Qube, yo. Another atheist. Go ahead, bro.
Oh, okay, I appreciate it, man. And I appreciate when Chef go live. I'll definitely hit the link and chop it up with the brother. But yeah, 90% of that was unintelligible, made no sense, but it made sense to you. And that's the beautiful thing about it. Because when you're speaking your
I'm
own
out,
language,
family. Peace to the chat, peace to the panel. Qube, you do your thing. I go and sleep. Good night.
Yeah, I wish you said that in the middle of him speaking. That would have been so apropos. I wish you would have did that in the middle of him speaking. So what I'm saying is this.
Go ahead, finish it off. What else it was, yo?
When you're speaking your own language, it does make sense to you, and I get it.
All right. Hey, man. Look, if a dude believes in a tree is natural. You know, still, they made the fact is that they believed the tree was a god, yo, is what you know I ain't rocking with. Come on, yo. But I just respect African culture. Come on, Qube. Should be able to do that, man. But it is, man. Look, everybody in the chat, man, we out, man. Look, get with us tomorrow, yo. Y'all know what it is, yo. Black African Power, man. Pseudokillas on deck, man. All right, Chef, man.
All right, y'all. It was a good show.
Good show. Hey, good show. Good show.
Everybody in the chat telling me to start a new show. Y'all crazy. I got work in the morning.
Yeah, plus we're gonna be fresh with the bar. We set it up. Yeah, good show.
There we go.
Hey, kill me. Good show though. I'll think about it, y'all. Give me 5 minutes. If I lay down.
Shit. So anyway, man, I still think just because I don't believe supernatural things, man, don't mean I gotta throw away African culture, man. Like that's part of what make us humans is our beliefs, man. Like just because I don't believe in supernatural things don't mean that I don't have beliefs in things I haven't verified. Yeah, of course I do. That's part of it. So ain't nothing wrong with believing. I'm just simply saying, man, I don't believe in anything outside of nature. Simple as that. So look, man, it's all good around here, man. So my thing is, why I gotta be an atheist and then just say fuck Africa? I never understood that part. That's the part that Qube might be on. See, I want to hear the African explain their God. Then I can still say, yeah, I don't believe it, but that was beautiful the way you put that river. But you still believe it got some power to it, don't it? That's beautiful, right? So it's just culture, man, and it's love, man. And look, man, hey, vaccinate yourselves, man. Science backs that. Support your family, man. We social beings and science back that. Look, with that, man, we out.